Hello, hello, and hello. I'm the S.O.C.K, aka the Nation of Constipation, and we're back at it with the 15th session of Death's End. Before we get into our recap, we're going to do our fun facts for each player here. Uzi has to give two because he dodged it last time. And speaking of which, we'll start
Wise.
with you, Uzi.
Alright, time to try and dodge this again. Oh wow, look, my pizza's here.
They can wait.
Yeah, I know, I'm just kidding. No, yeah, that's fair that I have to give two. For the first one, is that Uzi during, I don't know what it's called in, like English, but like, I think it's middle school. Like, in middle school, he tried to start, like, a nickname for himself.
Mm-hmm.
That failed horribly. And the second, shit, what was the second one? I had it. I have forgotten it. Circle back. Just don't forget it this time.
I'm gonna remember to circle back this time.
Yeah.
But yeah, next up, Gabriela. What's one fun fact about your character?
Fun fact about Gabriella, her favorite flowers are actually lilies.
Aren't lilies those are the white flowers, right? Or am I tripping?
They're also the most delicate flowers.
Seems cool. You definitely would know about plants and stuff from being in nature. Next up, Azumi. What's one fun fact about your character?
She loves learning about the clans, though she has always disliked the idea of politics.
All right. Let me turn this down a little. Is it loud for you guys, or is that just me?
Maybe a little.
Yeah. Not anything like extraordinary.
Okay. All right. Cool. But yeah, getting into the recap.
No. No.
Wait, what?
No.
We can't let him.
You almost
skip
forgot it again.
Fuck. Yeah. Fuck. Uzi, yeah.
You can't keep getting away with this, man.
Yeah. I get sidetracked easily. Yeah, go ahead.
Every time Uzi plays sports, he has tried and always tries to use his puppet to cheat because he does not have the athletic prowess himself.
That makes sense.
Use the tools at your disposal.
This is true. Modern problems require modern solutions.
Correct.
But yeah, getting into the recap, I just want to give a warning to listeners that a lot was learned last session. So if you want to skip this, there's timestamps in the video. Last session, we covered a quick flashback where Uzi opened his gift from from quote unquote Yubita's friend, and it was a nice scarf and a custom toolkit that gave him some benefits. Then we picked back up after the battle at Death Battle of Ultimate Death Arena Death 47, and the players were invited to have lunch with the Golden Mask boss of the Rose family, where they were asked various like philosophical questions and realized they'd been talking to a fake the entire time. After that, they met the real boss and learned some more info. The boss of the Rose family revealed himself to be a 16-year-old named Shin Uzumaki, who informed the group that Yomi used to be one of the many underground cities throughout the Shinobi world that operated as housing for the slaves of their society. Motoni Senju, the current Hokage, outlawed this practice in the Fire Country, since he secretly is from Yomi as well, and also happened to be from the Land of Wind. They also learned that the underground organization known as the Undertow, that operates in Yomi, has been coordinating with a group called the Band of the Black Falcon. And the two groups have been responsible for distributing a drug called Gravewalker throughout the Leaf Village. Shin prevented this being moved throughout Yomi specifically. And Azumi and Uzi made an agreement with Shin, who explained he has 10 years left to live and wants to join the Leaf Village Council to make it so Yomi can become a Fire Country nation. So he wants to go to school. Azumi then learned that her late father, Quei Uchiha, was executed for killing his entire squadron of Uchiha brethren, including his own brother Renji Uchiha, who was also Motoni Senju's sworn brother. I feel like the meme of the guy with like the detective dartboard, like it's all connected. But that's where we pick up. So Gabriela, Shin's mother, Mai Utsumaki, kind of gracefully walks over and sits down in one of the like couch seats that have a rose engraving on it, and she has a mask on, but you can tell she's looking at you very like with a very caring expression. So I don't know how she reacts having been told that she knew her mother.
She's going to like she's standing now. First of all, she's standing now looking at this lady and stunned, speechless, unable to fully comprehend that they can get information about her mother so quickly.
She speaks with a voice that is like, I'll say Uzi, you recognize this as well. And Azumi, you've had contact with people like Nanako Shimura and everything. So you recognize when someone speaks with a political background and everything, just with the poise in their voice. Her voice is like very like smooth, like honey almost. But yeah, she speaks to you, and then she essentially says, "I met your mother in Yomi. Actually, I was exiled here 16 years ago for supposedly siring a child outside of schedule. It's not what happened, but she looks at both you, Azumi and Uzi, and asks, "Have you all heard of concubine houses?"
I'm gonna roll for that.
Uzi, I'll let you roll with advantage for the history check. So that's a history check for both of you.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, because it's not unlikely, but I also see that as something that her mother tried letting her not find out about.
Did that not work?
It said you were typing for a second.
Yeah. I'll try again. Oh, there we go.
21. All right, yeah. So you both are able to remember this. Azumi, you just barely are able to remember. Like, you remember seeing records, having like sifted through records at your maid job at the Subashi estate. You remember just seeing mention of concubine houses, but I'll say with the 16, since that just is at the DC, you know that they were something that apparently is like almost forgotten history, like history that is not allowed to be talked about and everything. There's a couple practices from the third Shinobi era under the last Hokage's reign that are kind of like looked down upon. So you know this is definitely like a dark secret relating to the Leaf Village. Uzi, you're well aware as the Mai looks at you, Azumi, can kind of tell you're a little bit puzzled. So she explains. 1 second. Pulling up my notes. So she explains that the concubine system was established after the Second Shinobi War, with the influx of more noble clans coming to the Leaf Village after their instant success. But it was intensified during the Third War, as it was kind of a taboo thing before the Third War's like brutal nature. It essentially was just designed to keep the purity of bloodlines and prevent like obvious problems and everything from keeping things on like one branch. So many different branches were established and known as concubine houses, which were basically tasked with producing offspring to replenish the ranks of shinobi forces. She just explains there's a little bit of a loose kind of structure when it comes to branches within clans. There was the main clan heads, elders, and they would dictate who would marry who based on bloodline compatibility, Kekkei purity. She kind of like holds her arms to like herself and everything, like kind of like holding herself in her arms, and kind of like shivers a little bit. Chakra potential. We were called by the people who didn't approve of us. They called us horror houses. They segmented us into different factions based on lineage, strength, and status, and many concubine houses were disgraced relatives, distant relatives, or potentially political prisoners, and individuals who failed to awaken their Kekkei but still carried the bloodline. they viewed us as breeding stock. And then the midwives were responsible for tracking cycles, genetics, chakra potential, all the life, and they maintained our strict birth schedules and recorded compatibility charts to avoid genetic degradation and the things of the such. Are you following along with what I'm saying so far?
Bella is following. She's clearly given this woman all her attention. To the point, her guard's actually down. That's important to know because her guard's normally never down. So right now it's down while she's listening to this woman talk.
I would ask before she explains. I do want to know like what the general impression so far of like each character, like what they're thinking about this so far and everything is. Uzi, you've heard of it, but I don't know. That's up to you and like whether you would have actually like researched that in history. Oh, can you guys hear me?
I'm typing so other people talk first.
Oh, you're all good. Yeah. I didn't want to just like bombard with information, so that's why I wanted to take a quick second.
I appreciate. Are you here, Uzi? Because I can't talk now. Okay, Uzi is seemingly MIA momentarily.
Oh yeah, well,
Izumi's paying rapt attention. It's very clear to see that she is uncomfortable and even somewhat angry with what she's hearing, but none of that is directed towards the woman speaking.
Mm-hmm.
Just thinking about a program like this, to her, it's giving her more fuel of there's so much to do.
Yeah, so I guess just well, I'll wait for Uzi to come back because I don't want to say like key like lore and stuff without everybody being here.
I really hope I spelled that word right anyways.
I mean, I guess I can.
Izumi will ask a question.
Mm-hmm.
What village or villages were a part of this?
Sorry, my pop said something to me. What did you say? She said.
What villages were a part of this?
Mainly, the Leaf Village were the main leaders of this, considering they had the highest number of noble clans and more Kekkei Genkai to keep pure. I know the Land of Wind was involved. I've heard tale of some of it happening in the Lightning Country, but it was very sparse and only in the areas that had slavery. But I guess I won't bombard you with the details. She looks at you, Gabriela, just to sorry, I got carried away. Your mother and I bonded over admiration for my mother. Her name was Hoshiko Uzumaki. She was a famous author, and this was seen as a negative sort of thing for someone from the concubine house to be focusing on such things, but her novels were about true love, and she was found out to have romantic relations with a commoner and was exiled to Yomi when I was just 14 years old. I always shared that dream with her, and your mother agreed with me that was something she always thought about too. I guess getting back to the context, I was eventually made to marry the next clan heir, a man known as Goda Uzumaki. He was horrible, a tyrant, but he let me seek out my mother for closure, and I found out that she was killed by that commoner she fell in love with, and my life was gray after that. Then 17 years ago, I fell in love with a bandit named Mako Shinzu. We never had a child, but he was wonderful. As you can tell, she's getting ready to talk about Shin as she's like looking at him. Um, he showed me color in life. Sorry, I'm rambling. All good things come to an end, though, and once I became pregnant with Shin, Goda became even worse. And once Shin was born with this disease, Goda became suspicious of me, and then he found out about Mako. And the Uzumaki clan tortured me for treason against the clan heir. I can't even look at my face in the mirror anymore. She kind of looks up again to make sure you guys are following and stuff, and whether you have any questions.
Bro, who I should ask, was my mother in one of those homes? Those buildings?
No, I eventually was able to get to Yomi when Mako found out about my torture, and he stormed the compound and escorted me there before he died of his injuries. And I met your mother at a brothel 13 years ago. It's called the Rose Garden. The Rose family runs it now, but it was a dark time back then. But your mother was like a bright light for us, though. She told us to call her Nakama because she wanted us to be friends. I can answer any questions you have about her, but she was generally a wonderful person. We oftentimes went out to the outskirts of Yomi to find any sort of herbs that might be growing on the edges. She was very knowledgeable about nature. She was a bit closed off, though. She always mentioned she was running from something, but it never seemed like she mustered the courage to tell us. She left about 14, 15 years ago, after she said some men had found her and she needed to leave.
Did she say where she was going?
She said the land of lightning was a possibility. At least that's what I suggested as well, considering that they don't employ slavery all over the entirety of their country.
You know who was after her?
Not in particular. She never mustered up the courage to tell us about what it was specifically, but we knew that she was always looking over her shoulder and said that she'd been pursued since she was a young child. Something about her family.
What name did she go by again?
Nakama.
Nakama?
Yes.
Is there anything else you can share?
She kind of
I should probably specify Gabriela's voice is very soft at the current moment. Normally it's very tomboyish and cocky, but right now it's like very soft spoken. Like she's not believing what she's hearing, but she has no other info of what to believe in.
I don't want to continue without Uzi. Give me 1 second. Let me message him. While we're waiting for Uzi, I guess yeah, if you had those questions, Gabriela, you said she asked about she might be alive in the fire in the lightning country.
Yeah.
Oh, if you remember, El Kira told you he found your like your mother's body and everything, and you as like a young baby.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Yeah. So she's going
Well,
to
the
like
spiders did.
Gabriella.
Sorry.
Well, the spiders did. Yeah, the spider did. So Gabriella is going to like she's clearly tearing up in this moment. Um, and then she's going to say, well, she would announce that she's dead now, but not bluntly like she normally does. More like she I was found in the woods near the corpse of my mother being held in her arms.
You see my I'll say you almost see like a tear kind of fall out from the like the eye hole section of the golden mask. Um, she wipes it away and says, "I'm very sorry to hear that. She was a she was a really nice woman. Times in Yomi were horrific during the third Shinobi War, and somehow your mother always managed to keep a smile, even though the more darker aspects to our line of work at the time." And yeah, I guess we will wait for the homie. Let me see.
Yep. Not me tearing up in real life. My father's an asshole.
I mean, you don't know.
That's precisely. Yeah.
I have a few father figures. 99% of them are spiders. And one's Elkira.
Can't tell which one is worse.
It's hard to tell.
Because one aspect of them aren't even humans, and the other aspect of Elkira is barely even human. So
One raised me with kindness and taught me how to hunt. The other one beat me. Oh, did you guess which one's which?
There he is.
Welcome back.
You abandoned us.
Yo.
What do you have to say for yourself?
My mom called me down for dinner.
oh, you're all good.
Okay.
You know what? Valid point. Valid point.
Do
You
you
do
guys
what I
wanna-
do. Grab the food and eat while playing.
Normally, yes. Today, no. Wasn't
Oh.
allowed.
Your excuse this time, I guess.
Yeah, you're all good, Omi. You guys catch up Uzi while I just go get some water real quick.
All right.
Okay. So
He's
what
allowed
you
to
missed-
leave. Okay.
He's the DM.
Double
We can't
standard.
stop him.
This double standard is crazy.
It is. I know. So what you missed is that Izumi, you tell them. You talk better.
Because your mom's not. Well, I'll go over the thing. So, we learned that Gabriela's mom was on the run, seemingly for a while. Mai Uzumaki met her at a brothel. Forget what land it was set in, but she met her in a brothel. Talked about how she was always one to see the positive, even when the world was dark. Was always the one to like want to more be a family than, you know, fall to the misery. We learned a name, which I wrote down here. Is not that one. It is
Kama.
say again.
Nakama.
Nakama. Thank you. Nakama, which is the only known name. We know that she was running from someone. We don't know who.
And the mother that Gabriella's mother went by Nakama.
I
And then-
apologize if there's important info that I am forgetting.
Yeah, I probably forgot something too. And then Gabriella said she was found in the woods by her mother's corpse. So then May had a tear that fall through the mask. And then we stopped there.
Alright.
We don't want to go too far without you in case something important popped up.
Thank you.
But yeah, I guess I didn't hear everything with the catch up, so I mean, I don't know why.
We
I'm all over
lied
the
to
place.
him the entire time.
Yeah.
He only
We didn't
knows
tell
the
a single truth.
Something about the dude named Madara. I don't know.
Yeah, no, that sounds about right. But no, in all seriousness, you know, I did
Apparently,
ask
that's my uncle or something. I don't know.
I asked Azumi about it, Uzi, but what is Uzi's general like thoughts about like this sort of like what are his thoughts as like hearing about this like firsthand and everything? I don't know how much you would have researched that.
Can we pause just a quick moment? I
Yeah.
don't know. Some crap's playing on my end. I need to quickly mute.
Okay.
Oh, that's the volume. Where the
You play his recording, it's just Odysseus full blast.
I mean, it's like Rocky.
You are a
I'm
warrior
trying
of the mind.
There it is. I fixed it. Okay, we can resume. I apologize about
Yeah, you're all
that.
good. But yeah, Uzi, your history check lets you understand this stuff. So yeah, while I was explaining to Azumi, what is Uzi's thoughts? I don't know how much you would have studied it, but your history check would have allowed you. You're more than aware of it. It just depends upon how much you would have researched it. But like, what is Uzi's opinion about like this time period within the Leaf Village where even like the bursts of clan members were like strictly regimented to a schedule and everything?
I'm actually unsure on how much he would have done research onto this.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I went at a really bad time, so I didn't actually get your full explanation. I'm sorry.
Four houses.
Yeah.
What do you think about them?
The
No,
four
okay,
houses?
that's-
Oh, I think they're shit.
No,
Why
okay.
make an evil one?
I'll cut this part out where I just explained real quick. But yeah, she just explained that the Leaf Village had a system known as the concubine house system that was established after the second Shinobi War, and it intensified during the third war due to like intense amount of losses.
Yeah.
So essentially, it was designed to establish multiple branches to keep the purity of like Kekkei and bloodlines and stuff, and supply the Leaf Village with more like clan members and stuff. So marriages and birthing schedules were regimented like month by month and were separated into, like to different responsibilities. Like the midwives would record like cycles, genetics, chakra potential, and all that sort of stuff. Generally a very like dark period, and bloodline purity was like ranked by tiers and all that sort of stuff. I'll send it after the session, but essentially there were entire branches, numerous branches of Leaf Village noble clans that were treated like cattle essentially.
I mean, I prefer the war than being called a breeding cow. That's like, that's sad.
Yeah.
Uzumi does have a question for her.
Yeah, I just wanted to get Uzi's thoughts real quick, and then I'll answer
Yeah.
the thing.
Yeah.
I don't think he would have done so much research into this period. Because I doubt the Shimura. I don't know how involved the Shimura clan was with this. So I'm unsure if he would have had a lot of information about it.
They specifically weren't, because it's not like they're like the Shimmer Clan isn't a. They're associated with the World Trade Organization, so they took up residence in the Leaf Village during the Third War and everything to help with like politician sort of stuff and everything, but they weren't involved in that sort of stuff at all.
Yeah, I don't think he would have that much information about it then. No, he would probably know something, but he wouldn't go into it on his own time.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the best way of explaining it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it will make sense just to have a general like ignorance about it. You know, it's not something you would necessarily get into and everything.
Yeah.
So I guess she just has like neutral sort of feelings. Like this is just like hearing stuff like in a history class, essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah, Azumi, what was the question you wanted?
One thing I don't get. I'm admittedly catching up on my clan knowledge, but I thought the Uzumaki prided themselves on family.
She kind of shudders and says, "Yes, they did, but I want you to understand the nature of how shinobi are. Soldiers, I mean, the Blood War saw more losses in that span of 50 years than any conflict throughout the entirety of shinobi history. So, noble clans, while given their status, they're given their status because of their strength. So, you need more members on the front lines, and you want those members on the front lines to do well because that increases the reputation of your clan. And that's why the Uzumaki clan were among the most strict with their concubine houses. They wanted glory. After all, they're one of the major clans along with the Uchiha clan. They needed to be able to keep up with them in the Senju. Shin here was born outside of his scheduled month, and that's what he is. Go to Utsumaki's son, and Shin kind of speaks up and it says like no, he's not. But she kind of like puts a hand on his shoulder and says, "That's why that's why Mako was killed. My husband was suspicious of why I was outside of schedule, but." I guess that's my answer to your question. It was about reputation, Azumi.
I see.
Her fist would be clenching. Firmly to the point her nails are digging into her skin. Like a fist.
Mm-hmm.
If she hated the nobles before, she hates them even more now.
She does.
Like normally, Gabiru would be comforting her right now, but Gabiru isn't here to comfort her. So so right now she like feels alone. She doesn't know what to do right now. She's the first time in her life. Her guard's down, and she doesn't know what to do.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. She does explain that this practice was disbanded after Motoni. This is one of the things that Motoni disbanded as well once he became Hokage, as it became very like very unpopular to have happen. So it's very much not a common practice anymore. Most of the people that were in concubine houses end up becoming Ambu or in various sort of figures and stuff because of their harsh upbringing and stuff. But yeah, I guess unless anybody has any questions and stuff, um, Shin kind of continues with what he was saying before, kind of putting a hand on his mother's shoulder and everything, and just telling her she needs to go rest and stuff. As you can clearly tell, Mai Utsumaki is very emotional talking about like this time period and stuff. She does walk up and gives you a hug, Gabriela.
Marilla's going to firmly hug her back, but not enough to hurt her. And before saying thank you, with tears in her eyes.
All right, and then Mai Utsumaki kind of curtsies and bids you guys adieu, and she explains that she's gonna go rest. Let me change the music.
Please.
Huh?
Izumi would just say, please rest well.
She gives you a nod. You can tell she has a very somber vibe about her. This opened up clearly a lot of stuff she's dealing with. I'll say with that history check you rolled before, Gorilla, you can roll one as well upon hearing the name, but I don't know if I explained that part to you, Uzi, but Mai Utsumaki mentioned that she fell in love with a bandit named Mako Shinzu, who was the one that broke her out of her confinement when she was found out to have relations with him. Yeah, I'll let you go ahead and roll a history check if you want, Gabriela, before I continue.
Won't do me any good, but I'll roll like S.O.C.K and
You got this.
7.
7? Okay, yeah, so you don't know. It makes sense because you don't even like the guy. Uzi, though, you are, let me see, you got a 21. Yeah, I'll just roll with that. So upon hearing the name Shinzu, yeah, no, Uzumi, you would know as well, considering you knew Yoshitomo, actually. So never mind. That's one of those situations where I didn't need to have you roll. Shinzu is the last name of Zako, if you remember Yoshitomo's hype man. You haven't seen since his death.
The ultimate hype man.
I don't know why I blinked out for a second, but yeah, no. You hear that? She fell in love with somebody named Mako Shinzu, who has the same last name and everything. But yeah, let me see. Gabriela, are you all good?
You're like a barking dog, sorry.
Yeah, you're all good. Yeah, so Shin explains to you guys that since Gabriela didn't deliver the sandwiches, the Undertow are after the Furuj Sanjo family, so he paid their debt and is essentially keeping them under his protection until the heat dies down. So that's the reason why they were being approached by the Rose thugs and everything. Furuj just got to... Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
If I may, I to a point can understand, but is the benefit of doing that just for their protection, or did you have a deeper reason for why?
As he's about to answer, Fruge stands up, looking very smug to himself and everything, as he says, "Clearly, you guys don't understand what's going on here." He bows his head and he's like, "I would be honored to be an honorary Rose family member. You guys should have just told me beforehand." And Shin kind of looks at him coldly and is like, "There's a nice ledge waiting for you to be thrown off of it. I'm only talking to you because I need Gabriela and the rest of them." And he kind of sits down, a little bit embarrassed.
So then it was more to get to us than anything else, at least at first.
Well, I kind of guess based upon conjecture, or not conjecture, based upon hypothesis that you guys might have been involved in the incident. After all, Marco over here, as he Gabriela, you see he motions over to the thug that got your autograph and everything. He happens to be a fan of your Slim Chums and Dumbs fight ring, so he already knew about you, and he saw you guys fighting some haystack Bruce guy. I know that you got the assignment for the sandwiches. And hold on, 1 second, sorry.
Man, dogs be wild today.
No, it's my family being loud.
Oh, I heard dogs barking. Damn.
All right, I think I'm good. But yeah, a couple of the thugs speak up and says, I didn't mean to intimidate you. I was just trying to get the message across." And Fruge just once again is like embarrassed because he thought he was being attacked and stuff. But he does mention to you, Gabriel, and he says, "Another reason I wanted to talk to you guys is not only because I theorized that you guys might have been involved in the Izanami Park incident, it's also because I'm pretty sure Elkir is your old man, right?"
He's the one that took me out of the woods. That is correct.
Well, like I said before, this isn't exactly a charity service, so you guys are going to need to pay up in some capacity. And he stepped in. He's been providing protection for the various delvers that we have going into the mines and caverns that exist within Yomi and nearby. It's providing protection from various dangerous creatures that appear sometimes. All able-bodied men are eventually required to delve into the caverns to either mine for valuable materials or get something of value from in there. So we usually hire a couple of our guys from the Undertow, the Rose family ourselves, or any other organization in Yomi to provide protection. And he had been doing that for about a week, but a couple of the workers said he's been off for the entirety of the time. He's acting like an animal, going berserk. And last time they escaped from a dangerous excursion, he decided to stay behind. So it's up to you guys whether you want to. We're having another troop delve into the mines a little bit. I'd say in about an hour or so. If you guys want to tag along to go find them, but I figured I would let you know.
As much as I'm worried, and I know Gabriela would be far more, I don't think we're all able to. I'm kind of running on end of juice as it is. I wouldn't want to go into another fight if I could help it.
Oh yeah, that does remind me. So you guys did get a like short rest type thing from the dinner. I'll let you roll advantage because
Shit, did
you
we?
yeah, you guys did have a very nutritious dinner, so I would consider that a short rest and everything.
Oh,
If you guys want to roll some hit and chakra dice and everything, you can roll with advantage.
that won't more than likely change my answer.
I meant to say that before the session started.
What about so okay then I guess important. What about Kakacha and Goldor?
I know there's rules for how summons regain
Well, normally
HP
they
too.
would go back to their summon realm and rest for however long, unless you want to. Like they don't roll like hit die. They either gain like a full rest, to my knowledge, a full rest or nothing.
Let me see. Summon duration.
Just to make sure, Uzi, Gabriela, you both still here?
Yep, I am.
Also, it's storming outside, so I don't know if it can be heard in the background.
Uh,
I'm still here too.
okay. Then make sure if so that's
How do we do that?
to do the rest.
Yeah.
You roll your hit die and chakra die twice. Take the higher result.
Yeah, you can spend however many. So you guys are level 3, so you can spend up
So, yeah,
to
we have-
3. You have 3 hit die to spend like throughout the day and everything that you can spend on a short rest. So essentially, yeah, you have chakra dice and hit dice. You roll that, and then you add your Constitution modifier to the result. But you'll be rolling with advantage with them since you had a very nutritious
So
dinner.
one's a 6. 29. So that's 2. And then chakra.
And you add your constitution to it, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
add con
That's-
to each instance of doing it.
Yeah. Alright, I have
1, 2. So that's 5. 1, 2. That's 4. 1, 2. Ooh, muffa. That's 3.
And as far as your summons go, I'll just say for this specific scenario, since there is a special circumstance going on with each of their summon tribes and stuff, I'll say with the time that you guys were resting, they can regain half their maximum hit points and HP.
All right. What about their Oh, that's actually. What about their jutsu slots? How would that work here?
I would probably say the same thing as well, just for half there. So Kakacha would get all of his back because he only spent 2.
Okay.
So half
So
of the
5.
half of 5 would be either 3 or 2 rounded up or down. So it doesn't matter. But we round up around these parts, so he would gain all of them back.
So what would be the hit die for the animals again?
Just half their maximum hit points. So 36 divided
For
by
the
2.
summons? Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's 18.
Yeah, 18 hit points back for Ungaldor, and then yeah.
So he would have 28 hit points.
We're good.
Do I have? Usually I go. I do not. This is.
All right.
Oh, you're right. We were just given money. Okay, then I will rephrase my reply.
Has Sky do any effort to comfort Gabriella?
Yeah, Sky definitely has been trying to comfort you the entire time. Once they sense you being emotional.
Okay. So I'm assuming they crawl out of the front pocket and just okay.
Like nuzzle
Yeah,
against
so
your
when-
face and everything.
Yeah, so Gabriella is definitely going to start relaxing a bit, feeling Sky against her, just like gently petting Sky in return.
And
I
Spiders can purr. Fun fact.
That's awesome. I would prefer to have some replenishments, maybe a chakra pill or two, but beyond that, I should be good to go. Though I would prefer Gagacha stayed here, somewhere safe.
He kind of explains that
Um,
with a little bit of a smirk. He's like, I'm gonna be quite honest. The only thing I've got that can replenish chakra is what I've got right here. As he holds up the joint, and you see it's like a blue sort of glow with it. He just explains it's called Sage Bliss. So it is essentially kind of clears up his chakra pathways and everything.
Sage bliss. Goddamn.
What? I don't.
There's a couple chakra-rich crystals and flora that grow within the fertile areas of the caverns within Yomi. It's another reason we have all the able-bodied men be able to go down there along with some protection in order to get some back. This specifically right here is a herb that's infused with chakra. We harvest it, use it for its high chakra content.
I got a question.
Yep.
Can I transfer some of my chakra to Izumi?
I think that's a jutsu, if I'm not mistaken.
Darn.
That's an Uzumaki jutsu.
Yeah, he explains that if you want something to replenish chakra, then that's pretty much the only place you can get it down here.
Does that count as drugs? My mom would kill me if she thought I did anything like that.
What if she found out?
Not my responsibility.
Gabriella smirks. You should definitely do it. Chakra's very important.
She's gonna look at you and incite that.
So Gabriella clearly thinks you're going to get high and wants to see that. There's no insight check needed. It's written on her face. You spend an entire week with her. You clearly know she wants you to get high.
What are the chances of real danger down there?
Yeah, I mean, if our guys can handle it down there, then you guys will be fine. You're monsters anyway. Oh, that reminds me. He takes out 2 capsules out of his pocket and tosses it to you, Azumi, and you, Gabriela, and he says, "This is the antidote for the poison that I put in you guys' food."
What?
Who's just gonna have the biggest smirk ever?
Don't sweat it. You guys are Shinobi. I'm not stupid, and it wouldn't have activated unless you did something strenuous to increase your blood pressure.
I told you, I was correct.
So Gabriella pops the pill.
Yeah, it's just a little capsule full of like a clear liquid and everything. You down it. It tastes like you know those like really like bad tasting like pink medicines and everything that you had to like drink sometimes.
Oh yeah, does it taste better than trash? That's all that matters.
It tastes. I mean, it tastes better than trash. Yes. So.
Okay, we're good.
But yeah, Zumi to you, it definitely does taste like bad medicine. So yeah, you if you do drink it, Gabriela, when you drink it, you feel your body kind of like have a weight kind of be lifted off of it that you weren't really conscious of before. He just explains it's called leashed fang. So it just lays dormant until a specific trigger.
Izumi will shortly.
So you're telling me. Go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. You can go.
I knew this was a possibility.
I
Everyone thought I
just
was
had a
crazy.
reality check. If Gabriella did start fighting them, the poison would have kicked in.
Yep.
He smirks at you and he says, "After all, it's like you said, right, Gabriela? You could take down anybody in here."
I like you. I really do.
That's a high compliment. She doesn't like me.
Mitsu speaks up. You like me too, right, Gabriela?
Awesome, dude.
You too, man.
Gabriel's going to sigh deeply when realizing she did that to Mitsu.
Mitsu kind of speaks up and is like, "Can I? So does that mean I got like poisoned too? I'm cool with it. I'm not tripping or anything. It's like I've always wanted to be like poisoned and stuff at some point. But like if I could get like the antidote, I would like think that was pretty dope too." And Shin takes out like 4 of them and hands them over. He says, "You might need more." But yeah, I mean, what you guys want to do is up to you after that. If you want to ask more questions, you could always ask him. But he just explains that he just asked you guys if you want to go look for El Kira, then you could accompany the
No.
delvers that they're about to go in there.
Yeah, is he?
I really want to go look for Akira.
Yep, that's. Azumi is gonna ask one more question.
Yeah, what's up?
Are those fast acting or referring to the chakra replenishment thing that you spoke about before?
He looks at you and you can tell he's kind of like appraising you. He's like, I think for you, I don't know. Seal on your stomach is making it hard for me to tell certain things. Oh yeah, that's another thing.
Oh yeah.
He pulls you to the side, Uzi, real quick to tell you something. I will DM this to you.
Perfect.
'Cause
Insider info.
That was part of your deal.
Listen.
That he would tell you.
I'm so
Rose,
confused.
a curious
Which
fucker.
seal?
Can I roll to perception? See if I hear.
Yeah, you can roll. You can roll perception. Both of you can if you want, but it is going to be fairly difficult. Shin Uzumaki, he walks you off to another room. Uzi.
Yeah.
Let me send it to you.
I only got a 17. Darn.
That's really good for Gabriella.
Just to clarify, when he said, was he referring to Izumi's seal?
Yeah, he was referring to the seal in your stomach before he went off to go tell Uzi.
I'm gonna say she's still distracted by the idea of the other thing.
Is the dude that got Gabriel's autograph still here in the room?
Yeah, you guys are currently just sitting in the room with the other Rose thugs and everything.
Am I allowed to ask
walk up to the
questions
dude
about
that
this
got.
info?
Yeah, you can ask questions.
Okay, so yeah, I'm just gonna DM you this.
Mm-hmm.
Can't you walk up to the dude that got his autograph? So, what kind of training do you do? Just to get to know her fan.
Most of our training was hands-on. You either get killed or you don't. We do improv practice on Saturdays though.
Oh, that's cool. I have to go see your improv. I bet it's wonderful to see and lots of laughter.
You see one of the smaller Rose thugs kind of walks up and asks, "What did you think about his performance when he was acting as a body double for Shin?" You can tell he's very prideful about it.
You did amazing. I couldn't tell it wasn't real.
Sorry, I'm responding. But yeah, I mean, so let me see those perception checks.
Izumi isn't. She is still distracted about the idea of something possibly getting her high or not, and that's mostly what she's worried about.
Yeah, he just leaves it on the
Currently.
table and everything. And you see Fruge walks over and just picks up some of it and sits on the couch while you guys are just chilling.
Does Rouge try it? I'm
I
very
mean, yeah, no,
curious.
he already like lit it up and everything.
Izumi is watching him to gauge his reaction to it. Just
He sees you looking at him. He's like, "Look, I've had a bad day. I don't know. You're staring at the black eye."
uh, no, no, I'm not at all what I was looking at. I don't want mom finding out about that. She says, just bringing her hands to her face, just fighting
Do
the
it.
idea.
Brilla's gonna whisper to the bodyguards. It doesn't matter if Izumi can hear or not, but she's just gonna whisper, just say, "Hey, would that joint replenish her chakra, but will it also get her high?
Yes,
Can you please get me one for her?"
I am conflicted about the morals of this situation. But yeah, you see, he's just getting into. He says he's setting the scene in his head, and then he looks at you and says, "I I've done a lot of bad things in this line of work. I'm gonna leave this up to you. I mean, it is just on the table, so it's up to you what you guys want to do. But Shin does walk back in around this point. Shin and Uzi do walk back in. What is Uzi's? I'm gonna ask what his composure is like in this situation.
He is. His entire body has gone stiff. He looks like he just saw a ghost. His entire body is just, or I guess his mind is just completely out of it after hearing this information. His
I'm
eyes are
gonna,
You
just
need
kind of
one
like
too?
his eyes are
yeah,
just staring into the floor, not looking at anything in particular, but like having 100-yard stare.
I'm gonna ask for a
Really?
yeah. I mean, if are you trying to hide this at all? So you said this is just very
He
obvious to see.
he is not hiding it at all.
Yeah.
This is instinct, and not ultra instinct.
Um, is is the seal that bad? I mean, I know it's dangerous, but
He's just gonna very silently just move through, like slightly move through everything in his path as he just goes to sit down back on the couch, just like stare, just not saying anything.
Farouk kind of speaks up and says, "Look, normally I don't condone this type of stuff, but uh, he seems like, or you guys all seem like kind of a bit of a fucked up bunch. So you might need this more than me." But he's just chilling on the couch. Leave it back to how you guys want to proceed with your day and stuff, or what you want to do.
if I'm not combat ready, I'm blaming you.
Neil, I'll cover you. Don't worry. I'll fight twice the amount just to see this.
With like a defeated sigh, it's just both, honestly, both from just the idea of her mother finding out about this, and then past that, seeing the reaction from Uzi about her seal. She's just she is not willing to fight it, so yeah, she will accept it.
Peer pressure D&D. But
Yeah.
so I
Works
will.
perfectly.
So I will let you roll. You won't add your Constitution modifier this time, but I'll let you roll one additional chakra die
Joke's on
as you
you.
feel.
I have no constitution
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah,
You fool!
Joke's on you, I'm already frail.
Constitution saving throw.
New chakra, let's go.
all right, and then
Let's go, baby!
So worth it. So worth it.
so you feel like it's almost like it's like an invigorating sort of energy that you feel kind of like wash over your entire body and everything. It very much is like the exact opposite of the sensation that you're usually used to from your seal, constantly having like minor burning sensations. Like you're used to having like minor bouts of like pain or like sort of influx of emotions from the seal and stuff. But you do feel it eases that, but you are kind of spaced out right now. So I'll let that's up to how that manifests the Zumi. But you're a little bit. You have 1,000-yard stare for a different reason. Go ahead and roll me a Constitution save. Actually, I just real quick.
I agree with this 100%.
Yeah, no, because that depends upon the severity.
All right, let's go. 9.
9. Yeah, so everything I just said. Yeah, like Lily, you have 1,000-yard stare for an entirely different reason. So you're looking at Uzi, and you see he's looking off into the distance, and yeah, that's up to Azumi's current state of what she's thinking.
The initial reaction would just be her almost relieved, as you said, she's used to pain, not remedy to that pain. So after a moment of just like enjoying the feeling,
Bro, let's go and ask Jin. How much do they cost, the joints?
I'd say they probably go for Sage Bliss goes for, let me see. I don't know the exact measurement, but I know it's a decent amount. It's between 50 to 100 Rio, depending on the purity of the Sage Bliss.
It's 200 depending on how pure it is.
52, like 50, between 50 and 100, he said.
All right.
A regular person's
I'm
monthly
gonna-
salary, like the average person that is like kind of well off, not well off, but it's like pretty much like the average person today, that monthly salary is like 200 Rio.
Okay.
So it's a fairly
So
significant.
she's going to give 100 for 2. She wants to buy 2 off of it.
I mean, he doesn't care. You see, Fruge is definitely a little bit uncomfortable though. That's the main reason he didn't show you this side of like stuff. I mean, you probably could have like just snuck past him on that sort of thing, since you said Brilla knows about that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Elkir would definitely be furious if he found out. But yeah, so I mean, you guys are just kind of relaxing. Do you guys end up just leaving, or do you want to?
Oh, Gabriela's going.
Yeah.
She's going. She's going to carry Izumi if she has to. But they're going to do that mission.
Azumi, your field of view is kind of like the thing where if you know like when you zoom out your field of view like on Minecraft or something like that, you're just like, I can see everything. You're just like noticing details in the room that you weren't thinking about before, like the way the fire looks from the fireplace and stuff like that. So you're kind of like everywhere but nowhere all at once.
Yeah, Izumi's no longer paying attention to any of the conversations.
Oh my god, Gabriela's going to get Izumi in so much trouble. She's a bad influence.
Yeah, so you guys end up
You're
getting ready to leave. You see eventually, Angaldor eventually like leaves because he strongly disapproves of everything going on right now. Uh, and Mitsu asks if he can join, and Fruge reluctantly like hands him the joint. And you see Mitsu doesn't really know what to do, so he just eats it.
Yeah, I believe that.
I believe it. I believe that's even worse. That's worse than smoking it.
It burns a little bit, but I mean, it's it's pretty good, man. It's like a hot salad.
Oh my
Um,
god!
to the mines, Gabriella is going to grab Izumi's hand and start walking to wherever they need to go.
Yeah, Izumi is just following.
All right. Um,
Is
but
Izzy
yeah,
following?
No, as Uzi goes home, he's like, I've had enough of this today.
I gotta go think my entire life through. Goodbye. He will reluctantly follow.
I will say Gabriela. Even Gabriela's not super insightful, but even Gabriela notices Uzi's like shell shocked sort of look and everything. Um, but yeah, so you said Gakacha is staying here.
Yes, for the time, she does not want Gagacha getting into another fight if there's another fight.
Okay.
Uh, um,
Uh,
Gabriella will look at Ungondor and put Sky onto his hat and say, "Keep an eye on the other two for me." By that she meant Gagacha and Sky. But keep an eye on them.
You see that Shin takes a deep puff and then like blows out smoke that forms into like a humanoid shape and says that he'll have a clone of his accompany you. Like he puts on the clone puts on like I don't know, I can't talk. The smoke clone puts on a the outfit that the mask, the mask and like the cloak and everything that he had on before, and gets ready to escort you guys. All
All
right.
right.
Let me see.
oh dear God. Okay.
I hope you stay in
Gabriella.
that condition till we go see Mother.
Gabriella. This is
Part of me
something
hopes, but Gabriella's scared.
you hear Izumi. You hear her talk, but is half of her words are almost unrelated to what she was saying previously. Though you briefly do hear it's like the opposite of the pain. And then she goes back to occasionally mentioning gibberish.
How relaxed do you look?
Very, actually.
And Gabriella showing her intellect by timing how long you stay in this condition.
You see Mitsu is definitely even more. Honestly, this just makes Mitsu more of who he already is.
I'll be honest, I didn't think it would affect Mitsu at all.
It's not to the same degree as Azumi, obviously, because he's a big guy. So in terms of dosage, he would require a large amount. But
3 more.
God, it's Gamabunta all over again.
yeah,
Barrels of liquor.
Uzi and Gabriela are kind of the only like regular like level-headed sort of people. As you guys get to, let me see. Okay. So yeah, no. Eventually, you guys go to the same elevator that you guys took to get up here, and you see this clone of Shin that's in this golden mask takes out a key like you had seen before, and puts it into a different slot within like the side of the area near the door, and you guys hear the whirring of the seals, and you eventually have it open up to. Let me see. Yeah, so you guys eventually the doors open up to a nice like furnished sort of area, furnished sort of like lobby sort of area, and you guys walk through. And Gabriela, you instantly recognize it. It's up to Uzi and Nazumi whether they would even like have seen something like this before. But Gabriela, you recognize you guys are walking through a brothel, and most likely the Rose Garden, the one that Mai had mentioned and everything that the Rose family runs.
Izumi isn't paying a lick of attention.
So you guys eventually get past there. Mitsu's kind of embarrassed as he walks through and everything, just keeps his head down.
Oh dear
But
God.
you eventually meet up outside with a group of various different people. I'll say the first thing you recognize is that while it's only a couple of them, you see 2 or 3 dudes that are like kind of like huddled around a cavern. Eventually, the clone of Shin like bids you guys a farewell and everything, and instructs the other thugs nearby and stuff that you can clearly tell are like going to be like protection. Instructs them not to mess with you and everything. Azumi, you notice. I'll move you guys over to this map actually.
All right.
All right, and you guys can see that, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Let me make sure I gave you guys your dynamic lighting.
How
Yep.
does dark vision last again? 10
10
minutes? 1
You'd have to
minute?
check I'm pretty sure it's 10 minutes. Yeah.
I can
Yeah,
pull
2
it
minutes,
up
okay.
real quick. Oh,
It's
no,
10
you
minutes.
got it.
Yeah, but you guys approach the entrance of a cavern. I won't make you make a Constitution save since you've been down here for a little bit, but it depends on how it how it affects each of you. But as you walk up to this entrance of this cavern, the dense like underground gases, this like putrid sort of like noxious smell that pervades throughout the entirety of Yomi, almost a mixture of the smell of like what is it called? Sulfur and like kind of like earthy sort of gases and stuff. It becomes like very overpowering as you guys get near this cavern. Like I said, it depends on how it affects you and stuff, but it very much is an assault on like your senses and stuff as you guys approach. Like I was saying before, I got a little bit ahead of myself. You see 2 or 3 guys dressed in like blue sort of like bandana robes, as Shin explains that a couple of undertow members, like lower ranking members, are going to be operating as protection as well. As you recognize one of them as one of the younger members of the undertow that you guys fought earlier in the Muddy Hag. He has a number of bruises that are on his body, and this is strange to you, Izumi, because you only hit him in the side of the head to knock him out quickly. But he appears to be like sheepishly kind of like holding his arm a little bit, as you see bruises all over his body, and kind of like scrapes and stuff, as he's kind of being like scolded by clearly an older member that's operating as protection. I'll make his. I was trying to find a good token for him, but I'm gonna have to like put it through like an AI or something because I didn't really find anything that I liked. Let me name one of these thugs. But
Brilla's gonna walk up to them.
mm,
Say, it's good to see you again, buddy.
Willem looks up at you. He has like kind of like short spiky hair that's like close cropped and everything, but you can tell very messy. A little bit of an aftershave sort of situation going on is like the beginnings of a beard that he's trying to grow. But he generally has a very wide-eyed sort of expression and looks at you and kind of like startles a little bit in fear from seeing you and kind of looks the other direction. And the older one nearby looks at you and is like, "This ain't no social hangout. What you want?"
Well, I just want to let you know we're here to help. We're here to help you guys protect. And just, it's better if we all get along. No harm or foul. Just pure friendship. And that's it.
you see this guy is not taking you seriously at all. Is he just like, yeah, all right, just save the speeches and camaraderie for having us make it through this alive. Anyways, it's not your fault what happened either. It's because this one here is a little bit of a pussy, but we fixed that, so he'll do just fine, right, Willem? As he smacks his back and everything, kind of like patting his back and everything. You see Willem is like startling at like the touch and stuff, um, but it's like avoiding eye contact with you as he's just like, uh, "Hey, nice to see you again."
I'm glad we're friends now.
He just kind of.
And she's going.
Mhm.
And she's going to follow the lead of the group because they've been here before.
Okay. Yeah, Gabriela. I mean, this isn't. You haven't been to Yomi specifically, but this is very much a situation that you'll be kind of comfortable in going into like dangerous territory.
Yeah.
Is anybody else saying anything else before you head into the cavern?
Nothing specifically. Zumi is more just zoning in and out as part of it being just her habit of when it's time to do stuff, it's time to focus up, but when, like, as people are just preparing to go in further, it's very apparent that she is just zoning out.
All right. Let me see something.
I
real
want to
quick.
point out Gabriela's keeping a close eye on her so she doesn't like fuck up. So Gabriela is taking a close eye on Izumi.
How is everybody doing on time, by the way?
I'm good.
I'm good.
I think I'm good.
Okay. All right. Let me see. All right, that should be good. Yeah. So a big grizzled sort of guy with a very like scruffy beard kind of stands in front of. I'll say this is like a couple dozen people. Contrary to what you see on the map, I'll explain in a second. But it's a couple dozen people out here, a large number of people that have gathered to like head into the cavern. As he explains that each group will be separated according to like which company will be protecting them and stuff. So it's separated into groups of 4 and stuff. But you guys are separated into your group and led down a cavern. The rocks here are kind of like the outer sections of a lot of these rocks are kind of like blackened and almost even more dirty than you would regularly see with like wilderness up top and everything, as it's covered with this layer of just almost soot and ash just from the constant like smoke rising from the sea of lava beneath Yomi. Also clearly coming from the caverns that clearly connect to like whatever sort of underground channel is connected to this lava as well. But you guys walk through, and eventually this blackened sort of exterior of the rocks kind of gives way to a very crumbling and dense rock, a lot more dense sort of area. You see sparse amounts of like vegetation and stuff, as this area has clearly been set up for the mines and stuff. But yeah, if you guys want to look for specific things, you can like make nature checks, or like if you want to look for specific stuff. While you can clearly see there's various villages with mining equipment that are just like walking around to excavate certain areas and stuff.
I feel like Izumi would just be more focused on wanting to find Farouj, as she knows it's as begrudgingly as he is to it, he's essentially Gabriela's and a lot of other kids' parent figure.
Mm-hmm. I think you meant to say Elkira instead of Fruge.
Oh, Fruit. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. Wrong name. Jesus.
You are all good. I will ask you guys to roll initiative at this point, just for like turn order with stuff, just for
Oh, no.
everybody wanting to do specific things.
D20
Yeah.
plus.
Absolutely.
Uzi, me and Gabriela moved up a little, so if you want to move up a
Yeah.
little.
Yeah.
Hey, I would love to not be last for once in initiative.
19.
I got a 20.
Oh yeah, I can just edit the number. Right, I forgot that I set
Whoops,
it up
hold up.
to do the thing in
Let me
here.
do this.
Same. I forgot.
Why?
Oh, I didn't.
I did.
We'll do that real quick.
I have to add you
Okay,
guys
I
to
did it.
I mean, I can just add you guys to the turn order. It's fine, and then change the number for you.
Bastard, let me change my number to a 19. It won't let me. I'm sad.
It won't let you change it to a 19.
It knows you're a liar.
No, it keeps changing it back to a 9. I'm not a liar, though. I wrote a 19.
Yeah, you're all
You
good.
sit on a throne of lies.
Thank you.
What was your
Oh,
initiative, Gabriela?
she's high right now, so she might actually be sitting on a throne of lies.
Wait, that's so true. Well, actually, no. She would be 100% more truthful.
So for any combat scenarios, Azumi, for the first round,
Yeah.
you will count as dazed.
Amazing. I'm glad.
But that's only when combat ensues, when things get fast paced. It's not going to count for the turn order of you guys exploring the cavern. What was your initiative, Gabriela?
Oh, 10.
10? All right. I like how you said you didn't want to go. I feel like you jinxed it by saying you didn't want to go last.
No, I rolled it, then I said that.
Oh, okay.
I said for once I would like to not go last. And then everyone rolled above 15.
It's the way it goes sometimes.
Yeah.
Well, you can catch up easy. It's actually pretty good that Izumi is like in the middle of the pack when it comes to initiative.
All right. For the first round of exploration, Uzi, what is he looking for anything in particular, or is he still just shell shocked? You can move your movement.
Yeah. He's trying to like steady himself as he just wants to get this mission over with as fast as possible. Like he just wants to go home. Like, after hearing this information, he's just trying to get himself like back together in like a good mental state.
Mm-hmm.
So he's just trying like get this done as fast as possible, like in-out mission.
Yeah. I did forget to mention a detail that Shin said that Elkira was also in possession of a valuable amount of cargo as well. So that's also the main reason why they're doing the expedition so soon, because they would like to recover the amount that he had. But yeah, there's various crystals that you see are glowing with a blue hue that illuminate as you guys walk past this cavern, eventually getting to a section that delves further down. You guys climb down the ladder. Mitsu kind of is like scraping against the wall a little bit, as the cavern is made for regular sized people. As he's climbing down the ladder and stuff, he kind of breaks a couple like steps, like the bars on the ladder and stuff, as he's like climbing down.
We don't size shame here.
I mean, it's just from his muscle, so that's just that's how he is. But yeah, as you guys get to the cavern, I guess you can move your movement if you want to. If that's all you want to do in your turn, is just look around.
Yep. Just be here, I think. Yeah, that seems correct.
All right. I am going to need you to roll me a dexterity save.
You know what? I'm not surprised.
You hear some crumbling as you are walking along the. You see, it's a mine shaft that kind of like heads into like a spanning like dark tunnel.
21 again.
21. All right. Yeah, so you're able to dodge out of the way as you hear some crumbling as you're walking along. I see you're just walking along the top of the mine cart. I don't know if this is Minecraft terms, but the mine cart, like railroad. That's what it's called. Yeah. As you're walking along the railroad, you hear some crumbling over top of your head, and you see in the darkness, it's like ever so slightly, you can kind of see something moving through the air. You hear the like a as some rocks fall over top of you, and you're able to dodge out of the way, stopping them from hitting you. But you see a large amount of rocks are now in the middle of the walkway.
Ah,
It is very dark as well, like so you can only really see what's within the immediate vicinity of you and stuff.
shit.
You say that, let there be light.
You do have the light
Izumi,
jutsu as well, yeah.
yes, that is precisely why, and it is exactly one chakra. So, so yeah,
Love one
first,
chakra.
do I want to, what benefits? Actually, yes. As Azumi activates this, she just takes a moment to try and activate her Kurgan, as it has benefits that can help her in her trippy state. So, and then the light jutsu, is that just like, yeah, so she picks up like a small pebble or rock on the ground and she uses the light jutsu on it. So let me just go ahead. So first that's 20. Head up. Bleh.
Sorry, wait, I'm lagging a little bit.
Yeah, that's fine. Take your time.
There we go. So everybody can see the light, right? I wanted to make sure the settings were okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can.
Okay.
And it's, yeah, that's right. Because 10 feet of light and then dim. And then I can go a few more. Yeah. She's just kind of like holding the rock. We'll put it there. Holding the rock to just like light the path.
As you hold out that rock to light the path, um, you see like the yellow golden glow kind of emanates throughout the area nearby and stuff, a homemade like sort of torch. But you see sitting on top of this the railroad are a mass amount of bones, and you almost see a slight movement within like a pile of bones that you see near the edge of one of the parts of the cavern where it starts to like make a turn and stuff.
While the dead walks among us.
All right. Is that
Just the
all
words
that?
after episode
Yeah.
3.
Yeah, she's in mission mode, but she's not fully in mission mode.
Yeah,
High
you're
mission mode.
you're enraptured by the by the bones just kind of like shaking in place.
Facts.
Bones are shaking, he said.
The
Yeah, it's a
thought,
pile of bones, and there appears to be something moving within it, or like causing a shake from within.
a thought crosses her mind of, would pepper spray work here?
That is a good question.
A good question.
Yeah, no, that's my turn. Action, bonus action, a movement.
Okay. Um,
You
let me
heard the
see.
bonus action, right?
What was the bonus action?
Activate Kurgan.
Okay, all right, cool. So yeah, no, you activate your Kurogan, and Uzi, you notice Azumi's eyes go like void black. As Azumi, you're starting to see like spectral sort of things. Is like I'll say when you're the reason why you're in rapture with the bones moving is because you can see them moving before they're about to move. So it's almost like a double after. You're seeing the after image move in the same place as the actual movement. So it's causing a very trippy sort of visual for you. And
Oh no. God.
That goes on
The
Mitsu's
television.
turn. Mitsu is gonna say, "So we just need to pick rocks, right?" And he just jams his arm into like the wall with like a couple of crystals in it, and just like yanks it out and stuff like that. And a couple people are like, "No, no, 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 no! Stop ripping shit out!" You can see the wall kind of from like where he ripped out a section of it kind of crumble from the weight of itself and stuff. As he kind of like ripped it out from like the middle of like the wall instead of like from like the top or something like that. A couple of people are like, he's gonna get us buried alive. But I guess really for his turn, he'll just kind of move up 20 feet and he'll just kind of be bugging the various thugs and like Yomi villagers that are mining. He's like, what's that one do? That one looks cool.
Here, let me help you. Oh, stop! Don't touch anything.
But yeah, it's his turn. Gabriela, it is your turn as you see your friends kind of walking into the cavern and stuff. I'll say since you're the last on initiative, you do kind of hear Willem and the thug kind of whispering to each other. Willem seems like pretty scared about something, and you see the thug kind of like glances over at you every now and then.
Umbrella's going to like casually walk like she owns the place while casting dark vision on herself.
Okay. That gives you 60 feet, right?
Yep, 60 feet of dark vision. And I'm just gonna walk here.
Before you do all of your movement, let me make sure I edit this for you. I think instead I forgot to do the wall section for the dynamic lighting. So what I'll do is I'll make a 60-foot radius around yourself, and I'll just tell you what you see within that area. That because it's not like just because you would see something in particular.
You can't just like put a wall in between here, since that would block off anything that. I don't know how annoying putting up the walls are. It's just that's what I saw.
Yeah, I mean, I'd rather not just like take a whole bunch of. I don't want to take up a whole bunch of time for the session with it. I'll make sure to do that for next session. But let me see. I'll just make a 60-foot radius for yourself, and I'll tell you if you see something within that range.
Go breathe.
For now.
How far would you like to move?
Did I not move myself?
You did not. You're still in the area for me.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's right here. 55.
You walk immediately in front of his bear.
You did not walk me.
Big step.
Are you looking for anything in particular, like any crystals or anything like that? Or are you just walking with your friends?
I'm walking and looking for any sort of abnormal situations. Like anything that seems like abnormal for a mind.
It seems in terms of like there's always critters running around in underground areas, as after all, like this is a you would know from nature that underground dark caverns with appearing to have some form of moisture, as you can kind of tell, at least just from the state of it. It's not like it's like dry, cracked ruins. So you know there at least has to be some water channel connected to it, at least just from the fact that there's a whole river beneath Yomi. There's a surprising lack of critters here, like no bugs or like you haven't seen like a fly or like any small creature that you normally would find in this environment. That is something that you would notice, that it's very bare, and you notice a abnormal amount of bones that kind of increase in amount as you're walking through. You do notice the once again like the what Izumi notices with the something shaking within a large pile of bones that's near the front where Uzi and Izumi are standing. But let me actually go to the bathroom real quick before I describe further.
But it's so spooky.
For once, I have to remember he records shit. If I say anything bad, it will be on record.
Yeah, because we're not allowed to like cut stuff out.
Pumpkin spice.
My next character is gonna be based off football. Now when he goes
Football.
over, now when he goes over the footage, he'll be very confused.
That's the word.
Yes, football.
Lazy. I want to make a character that's designed off of something like that and have it be a topic that I know absolutely nothing about.
I
And that's the
hate
entire
watching.
gimmick.
Yeah, no, that's the fun part. I hate watching football.
Yeah, so
I
whenever it comes
don't
to
see
any
the fun in watching football. However, I do think it would be funny to have, like you say, a character that just no idea. Just like, oh yeah, this guy's deal. Yeah, I don't know anything about the topic though.
or no, in character
Well,
I
that's
know
the sport
nothing.
where you hit the ball with the bat, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's football
And then there's like a 3-pointer in it somewhere.
somewhere. I'm a bit unsure. No, that
If he
does sound
clips,
correct.
if he clips this in, it's going to piss off so many sport fans.
You guys
I
remember
really
when
hope.
Hopefully,
you guys remember when LeBron James hit that 360 no scope? But yeah,
yes.
that's besides the point.
Yeah.
And remember when LeBron joined FaZe?
Uh,
Remember when Barbie Girl scored that touchdown with the golf ball?
That was crazy.
Damn, we're really swinging.
This needs to be in bloopers, but cut out every part where it's clear we're joking about it and have it be completely serious.
yep. Just trying to find this background music. Where is it? I guess I'll just keep playing this while it starts. Um, Gabriela, as you walk up, you. I'm trying to figure out a way to describe this. What part, like, what direction do you think Gabriela is facing? Are you facing directly forwards that leads further down into the darkness of the cavern? As you cast dark vision on yourself, you guys see Gabriela's pupils kind of dilate like a cat's, um, and become a lot more wide and everything. Or dilation is actually, I think, when they become thinner. But either way, your eyes change in shape and everything and become like thin slits. Uh, and The darkness kind of clears way to like a black and white sort of bright sort of perspective for you. But I will ask, yeah, like what direction are you facing? Are you looking towards your friends back behind you, or are you looking forwards?
Looking forward.
As you're
Most of the
walking,
time looking forward, but I'll
Mhm.
check behind me once in a while.
As you're walking forwards, you walk past Azumi. You turn away from her as you see she's just staring at this this pile of bones, looking like she's caught in a trance. Um, you're more conscious now of slight a sound of a slight sound of flesh tearing and a little bit of a chittering sound. But I think the thing you notice the most is you hear, similar to the sound of the gas mask man when he was dying from like suffocating from his own blood, you hear a slight gurgling sound like as you hear like a pained gurgle further down the cavern, and you're able to see just at the edge of your vision as it clearly turns around into a loop that heads in, like facing off into your left. You see all the way at the end a body on the ground. You see red pooling from underneath the body that's slightly increasing in size of like the puddle beneath it. Um, as you see two small, almost like rock-like shapes in the darkness that are sitting on top of it. You can't really see in great detail, but you see something's tearing into this dude's stomach. As you can clearly see, that's where the red is starting to like originate from and stuff. And as you notice that, I'll throw you a bone here since you said you were looking backwards, and it is 60 feet for your dark vision. But let me change the music real quick as you would get the first chance to do something about what's going on here. As you notice that this person being like torn into, you notice out of the back, like the corner of your eyes, you just glance back at Azumi upon noticing this like distressing sort of thing. You see a similar sort of shaking near the rocks over top of one of the thugs, and you see popping out of looking like a rock kind of leaps out of the wall on its own. You notice that it is not that. You see small dozens of legs that are kind of writhing around, and I'll let me put them on the map. You see dozens of small legs that are kind of writhing around from a rock-like or a rock-looking carapace of this small bug, but it is like a rock that's like the size of your fist, essentially. As you can see, they kind of like let out a shrill sort of squeal and get ready to leap towards this thug above, right above him, as he's not aware of this.
The brother's going to yell, "Watch out!" To the thug, and then yell which side they're coming from.
As you say that, you notice that same sort of shaking sensation from rocks near you as well. And this kind of causes a little bit of a chain reaction. Let me see. I have to see what you guys can actually see in the darkness real quick, because Gabriela's the only person that would really notice a couple of these.
Well, I do have my light, okay? Thank you very much.
You know, occasionally I have to switch over to the player screen to see what exactly what you guys can see. But I'll just say, yeah, you do notice that Gabriela, that these rock-shaped bugs are appearing to be like whatever is on top of this this individual. Can everybody roll me a perception check real quick? That will determine whether how quickly you guys can act in this scenario.
You know we're bad.
That's not my fault.
Perception?
Yeah, perception.
I have a D4 added to it. Now watch me roll on that one.
Dazed counts
shit.
in, right?
Hmm?
Yeah, that makes
This
sense.
is where dazed would take effect.
No, dazed is a. I don't think dazed gives you anything. I think you're thinking about dazzled.
I am looking at dazzled. My bad. What does dazed give?
It's only active for you for this first, or your first turn. But dazed makes it so you can only move or take an action, not both. You can't take a bonus action. So basically, on your first turn,
okay.
you can only either take a main action or move on your first turn. But
oh, I see. Thank you.
Yeah,
I misunderstood them then. My bad.
Let me go ahead and roll this real quick. It's a 13 for the stealth check. So who rolled below a 13?
I rolled a 2.
I think Azumi's the only one who rolled a above a 13, right?
Yep.
So yeah, Uzi, so this will count as a like pseudo surprise round. It did happen kind of out of order because you guys were doing exploration stuff, but essentially Azumi's the only one that will get to act on her next turn, as this will be a surprise round thing, like I said before. I'll roll for Mitsu as well. Perception check. Let me. I usually go according to the bonus after that. So they have a +4 to these strange bugs have a +4 to their stealth. He has a +2 to his perception, so he will also be surprised for this round. As these bugs very much are disguising themselves as rocks to start off. So yeah, that is where we will have Gabriela. You do notice this as there these two ones are going to make attacks towards you. As you see, there dozens of legs kind of chittering, and you see like a little bit of a green sort of translucent liquid falling out of the mandibles that line its horrible jaw as they leap towards you. Go ahead and make this attack.
As question, because it started as a surprise round, can I count this as start of initiative proper?
Yeah, this would be start of initiative proper. Yeah.
All right, then part of initiative. It doesn't really matter. I'm gonna say the one right next to Gabriela has my hunter is my primary target hunter's mark. I would like to know one resistance of the spider thing creature.
It's more essentially like it's more akin to like a beetle type of bug, but they don't have any resistances.
Good to know. Good to know.
Let me see. I forgot. I just realized I'm
Then
kind of
I
acting a
will
little bit.
spend-
I'm acting a little bit too hasty. I have to actually roll initiative for him real quick. But it is a surprise round, so I'm basically trying to
Yes.
determine whether you go before these things in the round.
Understandable.
There's a 20. Let me make a placeholder real quick. Two. And Uzi, you definitely have a higher dexterity bonus, so I'll put that. But Uzi, you are surprised for this currently. I'll say that I feel like what makes sense that it might be because Uzi's still a little bit shell shocked from his realization.
Yeah.
So you are a little bit slow to react.
Oh heck, that's right. These don't. Yeah, that's right. Okay, I remember now.
All right, so I'm gonna roll for these attacks towards Gabriela real quick as they do leap towards you. I don't think any of those hit. So yeah, you're able to. You can describe how you go about it, but they do not hit you. As that is an 11 and a 12. That definitely does not hit. So they're not successful. Able to they're not able to find purchase with their mandibles as they try to leap onto you. And they will stay right there for that. You see another one of these strange bugs will. What is their? You have to look at their movement again. 15. Can they get to you? Hold up.
I didn't spend that chakra right. I did not. Good.
All right, and this one will try to make an attack towards you as well. That doesn't hit either. All right, and then you see popping out from the Azumi, you can obviously take a reaction to this because you're not surprised, but you see from the shifting pile of bones bursting out is once again like appearing to be like a bug-like rock sort of creature as it leaps towards you and is going to try to make an attack towards you.
Don't I have a thing?
I don't know if they have the ability to hit you guys well while you're Yep, a 7. So yeah, they do it's called it kind of sails past you as it tries to bite you as well. These other two bugs will try to attack this this thug.
Damn, it has to hit me for it to count for me to use that reaction. Sad day.
And that'll be 4d20 because they have advantage on surprise creatures. It is a 14 and then a 12. I think both of those hit. So yeah, let me see. This one acid. Okay, cool. So he does have his health reduced by a little bit. So yeah, you see these two, Gabriela, as you noticed around the corner of your eye, you saw those two strange bugs leap out from pretending to be rocks as they leaped onto this thug's shoulder, and you see they sink their tiny mandibles into its shoulder, and you hear a little bit of a sizzling sort of sound as a green sort of liquid emanates from their mandibles as he kind of screams out in pain. That is the bug's turn, though. Azumi, that is your turn.
Yeah, Izumi is swiftly drawing her sword and just wrong thing, and just is attacking the one next to her.
Sorry, call. What did I miss?
Nothing. It was just the
Uh,
attacks towards everybody. They didn't hit anybody though, so it was most of them just
Oh,
leaping
okay.
onto people.
yeah. And then no, just so these don't change. What is my thing? That is a +6. Returning the attack, 18. Sadly, not a crit, right? I'm gonna look at
100% hits.
critical. Yeah, I'm just gonna verify critical property because I thought I misheard someone on it, and I would prefer to make sure I know.
What does your weapon have? Critical too?
No, it is okay. +1. No, I heard someone say that critical property 18, 19 crits, but that could have been as something special on their end. But yeah, that is, and first attack with it, that is a 2d8 +3. No, if I were one square up. Oh well. That is a 10 slashing.
All right. Yeah. So that does you do cleave through this bug.
And to put a little bit of flavor behind it, Izumi was, as you said before, kind of in a trance as she was looking at the spot. And it seemed like she reacted a moment before the bug actually popped out and tried to attack her.
Mm-hmm.
However, there Sumi's would look back over here, see not ideal, but she knows who's over there, so Izumi is gonna then move here, but because of thing, I can I'm gonna put that there. No, right there is better. Because of the days, she cannot use a bonus action, so that is my turn.
Oh yeah, I guess I forgot to mention. Yeah, so it's not relevant, I don't think, to any of you guys that do stuff, but they do have one resistance to acid damage. I meant to say that. Sorry.
Okay. What is that a feature of?
It's a racial feature for them. You can tell it might be because they leak some sort of acid like venom from their mandibles.
Valid point, valid point. Yes, that is my turn.
But yeah, you do cleave through it, and you notice that it's a very rough sort of texture. Like it very much does feel like rock-like as you cut through it. It's not that hard for you, but you notice that it's definitely offers a lot more resistance than you would expect for something of that size. Like I said, they're like the size of your fist.
My fist is small.
Or the size of an adult fist, I should say.
Oh, okay.
And that is Uzi's turn. So Uzi, you notice that two of these bugs have landed on top of a thug nearby you and are like sinking their tiny mandibles into his shoulder. They have like translucent sort of eyes as well.
I am going to. How does it work? To go into a stance is a bonus action, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. I am going to. Right, I probably should have done this earlier, but no, I was surprised I couldn't. Damn it! Bonus action, summon Barbodo.
Wait,
Right?
hang
No,
on.
that's large.
That's such a good point. No, never mind, because yeah, never mind. Continue, ignore me. I confused myself. Sorry, go on.
Summon Johnny!
with 3 M's.
No, part of initiative you can bring them out.
I was surprised, so I don't think that would be applicable.
That's why I was asking if you guys were like doing anything beforehand. Like that's why I kind of set
Yeah.
up the turn order beforehand. I didn't know who was like setting up what.
Valid point. Valid point.
So yeah, I'm just I'm going with the no.
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 Yeah, I need one.
No.
Need to pop it out. That's my bonus action. I'm then going to have Johnny attack one of the this bug. I'm gonna have him shoot a steel arrow trying to take him out very fast.
Okay.
One shot, one kill. And I'll be adding my offensive tactic. As long as I can remember. Yeah. That's plus 6. Damn it!
Yeah, you're still like very
Shell shock got me.
Yeah, shell shock from like the combination of things from the news you got earlier, and then these are very like unsettling bugs to look at, as you hear like kind of like a vibrating, chittering sound coming from them and stuff. So your arrow fires into it, but it just barely grazes off, and you hear a little bit of a kind of like the sound of like scraping coming off of it as it hits like actual rock.
I imagine like instead of like being the usual like very flowy way that the strings move, they do seem to be very stiff right now, not moving. Like they're moving very rapidly and not in a way that's very efficient when it comes to actually controlling a puppet. They're very rigid and they don't flow into each other as they usually would. That's my turn.
All right. That will be the bugs coming up next. So I'll handle the ones up top first. So with this commotion, Azumi, as you do, let me see, how far does your light reach? I mean, actually, you would have, Gabriela, you said you told everybody about the bugs that are like further down at the end of the cavern, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Blah blah blah. 10-foot radius, bright light 10 foot, dim light 10, and then sheds bright light 10-foot radius, and then dim light for an additional 10.
Yeah, so you do notice that
It's apparently a soft blue.
You see some movement in the distance. The two bugs you see, Gabriela, they do start crawling towards you guys, but you notice there's some movement in the distance. They appear to be like they appear to move at like the same time that Azumi like slashed into like one of the bugs as it let out a final like sort of like screech as it was chopped in half and everything. You heard some movement that coincided with that very loud sound that since you guys are obviously fighting, there's the sounds like the weapons flying through the air and everything. So you might guess that the more noise you make and everything, you might attract some attention. But yeah, that will be the bugs. So these bugs will use their action to dash at the ones towards the end of the cavern. So they start rushing towards you, and Azumi, you kind of see them on the edge of the torch, your torch light now. I will ask you to make me a Constitution save, though, Gabriela.
Gladly make a Constitution saving throw. I'm feeling rather confident, but I am not feeling that confident about it. I'm feeling really confident about it.
All right.
Good choice. Good choice.
Good choice of words.
Yeah, I'm gonna have this thug roll a Constitution save as well.
So why did I roll con? May I ask, or is that up to discretion?
Oh, you're about to find out.
Oh, okay, lovely.
Well, that's never good to hear.
No, it really isn't.
So a 7. So a couple things happen here. So the strange bugs, as they leap towards you and everything, you're able to, I don't know how you avoided their first wave of strikes and everything, but you see they all attempt to leap onto you. and you notice they start like rapidly vibrating in place, similar to the way that honeybees surround a target and start like vibrating in place to heat up. You feel as they start like vibrating in place and like chittering, like they're like chitinous sort of rock like exoskeletons like slamming against each other. You feel the heat start to increase as like the temperature increases in the general area around you, as you start feeling a burning sensation on your skin. This is coincided with the bugs that are on top of the thug near you, Uzi, doing the exact same thing. And you see a little bit of his clothes start to like burn a little bit underneath the like vibrating bugs in place and stuff as he screams out in pain. He takes the full damage for this, as you see his from his shoulder down to like the top part of his chest. You start to see like friction burns, but like intense friction burns that like are causing him to bleed. Like it's tearing away skin, the muscle and like sinew underneath it is starting to like leak a little bit. As he's not dead, but he is unconscious from the sheer amount of pain uh, from this. So this is a recharge ability for these bugs, but you only take half. So you take 5 fire damage, Gabriela.
5 fire.
Yeah,
Rookie numbers. Just wish I start hitting them.
they did roll kind of low for it.
Oh, okay. That's scary then.
I guess I should have the thugs go. I'll go have them go at the end of initiative because I had forgotten that to roll initiative for him, but it's fine. I'll do it
You
when we
could
need
just
to.
roll them now.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know why.
They have a 20, don't they?
No, the bugs have a 20.
I was talking about I didn't roll for the.
Oh, the thugs.
I'll just have them go with Mitu's turn. Actually, I feel like that makes sense because it's you guys as allies in this scenario.
Perfect.
Yeah. But the rest of the bugs, let me see. That's it for the bugs' turn. Azumi, that's your turn.
All right.
Let me skip my turn.
Did I?
No.
Oh no, your turn is at
Well,
initiative
yeah,
count 10, right? Did I?
yeah, no, it's right because the first round was a surprise round. This is the first proper round.
Yeah, it started off
So
with
then
Uzi's
why
turn
did
as
Uzi attack?
he's the
Oh,
first
sorry,
person.
he's-
in
This
okay.
was I was on my
Yeah.
second turn. I have better initiative
Oh.
than you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I see how
Yeah,
it is.
I know. I got
Yeah,
really confused
exactly.
too. Yeah, no, believe me,
Yeah,
I got
that's
really
how it is,
confused.
Gabriel. Get better.
Yeah, so first attack on that bug.
All right, and 11 does not hit.
I could be petty. That's a trick question.
You guys
at
did
the
start
end,
with the Will of
petty.
Fire.
I'm
I will
gaining-
say that since it was.
That's exactly what I'm using. I'm a petty motherfucker. That's an 18.
I refuse.
an 18 hits. Yeah.
All right, because of a few fun things. So this is a 2d8 plus 3. And then I would have had it anyways, but I also gain another 2d8 because Gabriel and advantage. So, haha. Screw that bug. 18.
18. Yeah, you fully describe how you slash through one of these bugs that are trying to burn away Gabriela's skin.
Yeah, so Izumi gets like almost uncharacteristically mad as she sees what the bugs are trying to do, and almost off of pure instinct, she swipes her blade to one of the bugs, just cutting it in half as she continues. I'm gonna just do that.
Now, I will say you have
Sure.
noticed. Well, I'll let you do your thing first.
Okay. This one. I should have not done. Oh well. Actually, I don't. Can I choose not to do lethal attack, or is it? 'Cause, yeah, that's one per turn.
I would say you can choose when you want it to apply. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Good to know for the future. As just bonus act. Actually, do I have a better use for my bonus action? I might. What's the word? I mean, combat. Actually, no, yeah. As she gets ready to strike again, Her black eyes start to show her one Tomo Sharingan as she now sees this as a necessary fight, as she does not want to risk the injury of friends. Nah, that can stay there. So yeah, that'll be my turn.
All right, and then
Chakra sight, bitch.
the searing sort of pain, like I described before, when your Sharingan first activated, like the feeling of somebody like dragging glass across your eyeball, kind of happens for about 2 seconds. It's you see Zumi's eyes that were void black before, kind of glow with a dim white glow as you see a white pupil forms in the middle with a one Tomo kind of spinning in place, kind of setting around it. Or not spinning in place, but spinning around it before settling in place. That is your turn. Next up is Mitsu and you guys' assistants. He is going to walk up and try to punch one of the bugs that is currently they're still trying to like pry and claw at this dude's unconscious body. So he's gonna make an attack towards them. Definitely hits as his fist crashes into it. So yeah, you guys hear the sound of it. It almost sounds like the sound of like a rock being smashed and everything. But Azumi and Gabriela, you definitely. I won't even make you make a check now. You notice that the sounds of extra movement in the distance as like you guys have been hitting these creatures. So you would guess that mechanically out of game, I can tell you that if you guys want to do this quietly when you're killing some of these bugs, you can make a stealth check. I'll probably say against their AC, and that will pretty much just have the damage. But if you succeed, then you're not alerting anymore. Potentially higher amounts of enemies and stuff. But yeah, his fist crashes down on top of one of these bugs as it goes splat and kind of spews out dark blood all over the walls nearby. He doesn't really have much he could do with his bonus action, so he's just gonna grab the unconscious guard and kind of like move him over a little bit. And the rest of the guards are going to, I'll say these two kind of run up to make an attack towards the bug. As you can see, a lot of the villagers in Yomi are very scared right now, very understandably so. Willem is kind of like struck with fear. He's kind of like frozen in place. But let me roll for the villagers real quick.
You're right. He is a pussy.
I mean, they're giant fist-sized rock bugs that can heat you up enough to burn your skin. So I feel like he.
I'd be pissing myself too if I saw that in real life. To be honest, I'm not Australian. I'm not used to it.
So
you see, they're very.
That's who we need in our party, an Australian. They would know what to do.
No, I know one. They're not that great.
Hey.
Their favorite word's the C word, alright?
Yeah, and that's my favorite word. Therefore, I love it.
Yeah, but yeah, so the thugs run up and try and take out clubs that they were using for protection and everything. The guards run up and try to like smack the bug, but it's almost kind of like when you're trying to kill a roach, but you don't want it to crawl on you, or like a spider or something like that. They're keeping their distance as far as possible. So just the edge of the club kind of grazes the bug a little bit, slams it into the ground a little bit. It kind of shakes and before regaining its composure and then snarling with a like high-pitched squeal at the thugs. They kind of yelp a little bit. Next up is you, Gabriela.
Gabriel. Alright, Gabriel. Gabriel is going to clearly try to smash these bugs off of her. So let me just get my attack roll.
Are you being stealthy with it is the question.
Well, in all honesty, she's not worried about stealth. She's worried about getting the bugs off of her. She's kind of used to big bugs on her.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, she could be stealthy.
So true, bestie.
24 to hit.
24 definitely hits. And
What do I
go
roll for
ahead.
stealth?
Yeah, go ahead and
Just
roll.
stealth?
Yeah, roll
Yeah,
stealth.
just a stealth check.
Okay, just stealth check. Oh, I forgot I put punch in stealth. 23.
23. So that succeeds. So you're able to. It does have the damage, but I don't think that's going to be an issue considering you guys hit like trucks.
Is it 1d6 plus what? 10.
10 damage. Yeah. So you're able to. You describe how you completely kill this bug.
I just squash it like it's a regular mosquito.
You feel like a lot of. Mhm.
The, both much more force than you would with a mosquito.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use my bonus action to attack the other bug. There's 11 hit.
An 11. Let me see. An 11 does not hit.
All right, light property, so I'm gonna do another strike.
Mm-hmm.
Nineteen
hits.
So we know 11 doesn't hit them. That's good knowledge. That's good knowledge.
Indeed, indeed.
You would guess that's because they're rock-like exteriors. You kind of go to smash the other one. Well, first I'll delete this one. You go to smash the other one, and unlike the other one, the first one that you smashed, you felt a lot of resistance underneath your foot. It took a lot more effort, like you said, to crush it than you thought. And you go to like smack it with another strike and everything, but it kind of grazes upon its like rough rock-like surface. And that's 9 damage. So yeah, that definitely kills the other bug, Mirazumi.
And then I'm going to check further in the cavern. I'm going to walk 10 feet. That's all I'm walking. And I'm looking deeper into the cavern.
All right. You see the other two of these strange rock-like bugs are kind of shittering at you and stuff. But as you get closer, you notice this pool of red beneath this villager. Actually, I wouldn't say red because it is black and white for you since it is dark vision. But you can guess it's blood, obviously, just from the wound on his stomach. You see him being dragged slightly by something a little bit further, like behind the wall that you can't really see.
Am I going to chase it is the question. Did the villagers seem still alive?
I mean, you heard the sounds of like gurgling and pain and stuff, so you can guess that he's severely wounded, but he's not dead yet.
All right, she's going to rush towards it.
Well, it's this way. Let me see. It's like straight down. Yeah.
Oh, straight down? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be here to here, another 10 feet. Another 10 feet. So I see the turn. I just want to see the creature. That's 30.
Mm-hmm.
40. I'll move right here.
All right. As you run up, getting near the area where the blood has been like pooling and the pool has been expanding along the ground and everything, the dust from the dirt and rocks and everything starts sticking to your shoes and your feet a little bit just from being blood caked. But as you approach, you round the corner around a wall that you're able to like avoid and everything from like hitting your head, and you see a mass amount. You would guess maybe like upwards of 30 of these small chittering sort of rock-like bugs are kind of all like squealing in unison as they were dragging this villager along by his shoulder as he was kind of like whimpering in pain and stuff. They notice you, and you all see they kind of like similar to spiders how they stand up to show off the front half of their body as an intimidation. That's the same thing here as they try to intimidate you.
Oh my
But
god. You said they did like spiders?
yeah, similar to spiders, how they like rear up like the front half of their body to look bigger.
Well, I'm gonna return the favor.
You can make an intimidation check in your turn. Yeah, you haven't used your free action
All
yet.
right. All right. Yeah, they tried to intimidate me. I'm gonna intimidate them. No one can out spider Gabriel, but an actual spider.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, did I tell you what I picked for movement today? For this day? My force thing.
Yeah, the ointment stuff, right?
Oh yeah, it's still the same day, isn't it?
Yeah, it is still the same day as
Oh,
the sage chakra
darn.
stuff.
Darn. Okay. So 1d20 plus. So what did they roll for intimidation against me? So it's intimidation versus intimidation.
It would be intimidation versus. Oh yeah, that's not demoralization. So this is more of a RP intimidation for them. I'll have them
Okay.
roll in. Let me see. Yeah, I'll probably say intimidation versus intimidation, unless it's the demoralize action.
No. It's just they're trying to intimidate me, and I return the favor.
Yeah, that's what
That's
I
all
mean.
it
Like,
is.
this is to see how intimidated they are of you. Two.
I rolled a 22.
Pretty sure that you're gonna. Actually, no. With their bonus, they can't roll higher than you. So yeah, they try to like intimidate you by like rearing up, just a mass amount of them. But you're able to. How do you go about like intimidating them?
You know how spiders raise their front paws? Their front paws. While I'm raising my hands and like hissing back at them. Like
Yeah.
I'm doing like spider pose I was trained to do, and hiss.
All right. Yeah, you clearly see they get very on guard and defensive as they start like backing up. They drop the villager from their grasp, and you can see they have their attention focused on you. That's the end of the round. Uzi, that's your turn.
Yeah.
You see there's more strange bugs near Izumi.
I am going to try and have the. I'm gonna use my bonus action to give Johnny his stuff, and I'm gonna try and shoot that bug. I don't know if the whole stealth thing works with shooting an arrow.
You said stealth was shooting an arrow?
Oh, wait. No, actually, I can just have Johnny move up and do the chain tails attack. Is it actual useful attack?
Yeah.
You said something about making a stealth check to try and not alert other bugs?
Yeah. Not make any further noise, yeah.
Yeah. That's a plus. So I just roll a stealth check then?
Well, see if you hit first. It's like basically like the way it goes down. Yeah, you roll to hit, and then once you hit, you say, are you going to roll stealthily and that sort of thing.
That's a crit.
100%. Damn.
I have critical 2 on this weapon.
Nice. All right, yeah. I don't know if there's. Just roll me a stealth check. There's no point in really you rolling damage here. It's gonna kill him.
Damn it! The first time I roll a crit. Oh, that's another 19.
All right. Yeah. No. So you're able to. You describe how you. This is a very quick sequence of events as you dispatch of this bug.
Johnny kind of glides across the rails that are on the tracks. It's kind of like pushing, slightly like pushing Uzi away as it's just kind of like grinding along the tracks until his bow just kind of retracts into his body and becomes 3 tails that just pierce through the bug almost instantly.
All right. Yeah. So this bug is done for. You see more dark blood splatter over the area, but like, you guys hear me?
Yeah.
All right. Cool. It's like a thunderstorm.
You're getting tired,
outside.
Izumi?
No, that was just a yawn. Ignore me.
Yeah. So this is it's a very, like I said before, a very quick sequence. So you're able to like kill this bug and stuff, and it doesn't make any large amounts of noise. Are you doing anything as a bonus action? I don't remember if you used one.
That was my bonus action.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry, I'm a little bit.
Bonus action, give Johnny his shits.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just see. Yeah, I'm gonna move next to Izumi or over here.
All right.
So I can also, let me think. Johnny was here. He moved 5 feet. He can move 25 feet still. So I can have him move behind here.
Yeah, you can move them one more up if you want.
Yeah, but I want him one step back in case there's some behind me.
Yeah.
Valid point. Valid point.
Yeah. As for my action, it's always like a 50-50 chance. Fracture or Piranha Swarm.
Is Piranha Swarm an AoE hit, or is that a single target?
No, that's my summoning thing where I just summon a puddle of water.
Oh yeah, I know, but when they attack something, is that
No.
AoE or target?
No, I have no AoE. Or I have Oppressive Aura, but that's not gonna help a lot. And I don't think shooting a chakra cannon is a good idea right now. So
hey,
we
you
go
can flash
for... Yeah, you're right. Fracture. Time for Sealing Art Fracture.
Fracture.
Charisma saving throw.
All right, but let me see. I don't know how well it's gonna do here.
Oh shit, I can add an offensive tactic to it. Hell yeah.
It rolls a 2.
Damn it! Luckily that succeeds, and it gains 1 rank sealed and takes 14 damage.
What it gains is death. So you describe how you just blow up this bug.
Seals begin one seal begins emerging across like the side of its body as it just begins expanding to like where it just like crosses the entire what would be left side of his body before it just kind of like implodes in on itself as its inside gets raptured by the seal.
Okay, yeah. Once again, dark blood spews all over the place and everything. And that is the end of your turn.
Target me, coward.
So the remaining strange bug, other than well, I'll handle the swarm next to Gorilla in a second, but the strange bug that's left, once again tries to do the intimidation tactic of like rearing up at the front half of its body, but you see it crawls off and burrows into the wall of this cavern, and I won't make you make. Let me see something real quick.
I do have chakra sight right now, so.
Oh yeah, you do have chakra sight, so I won't even make you make that. I won't put him on the GM layer then because he can't really hide. Azuma, you notice that. Let me see. Azuma, you notice as it burrows into the wall, you visually don't see it, like in terms of like seeing its like body or anything like that. But you see lumps, kind of like how you can see where groundhogs burrow underneath the ground and everything. You see lumps forming, going up along the wall, and then into the ceiling as it crawls nearly above, to just before being right above Uzi, and you see some shifting and rattling. So Uzi, I'm going to need you to make me a dexterity save as you see some rocks, similar to the experience that you had before of rocks almost falling on you. You see some rocks begin to shift over top of your head.
24.
24. That's
damn. I'm on my game today.
So you don't take any damage. These bugs are not doing too hot right now, but yeah. So you're able to dodge out of the way since you don't take any damage on the success with this.
I am pesticide.
As some rocks kind of crumble from over top of you, and you're able to roll out of the way. For its bonus action, I don't think it can do anything else. So you do notice it is in the ceiling is about, I would probably say around like 7-8 feet tall. So yeah, it is currently burrowing into the ceiling right now, Azumi. Oh, I almost forgot. So for the strange bugs, the swarm near Gabriela.
Which I know I can see, but I can't see on my end.
Yeah, that's why I let you know specifically where it's. I'll let you know where it is as far as position on the map and everything. But it's like just because you can see something, other people don't have dark vision, so that's just my way of circumventing me forgetting to put like certain things down.
Oh, okay, okay.
Also, I find it. I mean, there should be a way that that people can only see in their own vision. I don't know. I know there's a way to do it because
I'll look it up
the
afterwards.
first game, yeah, I know the first game I ever played on here, that's what he had, and we all just had our own sight. We didn't see everyone else's.
All right, so the swarm does, like I said, drop the body, Gabriela, and they, you see them similar to like what you, if Izumi was like communicating what was happening and stuff. You see they burrow into the wall, similar to how the other ones did. And let me see. I'm going to also need you to make me a dexterity save as you feel the ground start to shift underneath you a little bit.
So dex save?
Yeah, dexterity save. This is a part of their features that they can burrow into the earth to do various things while they're inside. 15 does not succeed. So you you are prone and you fall 5 feet down as you fall into like a chasm that it's almost like being stuck in a crate, so your body's very scrunched up and everything. You are a kid, so it's not like you're completely immobile or anything like that, but you are currently prone. And as you hit the ground, you fall into a little bit of a tunnel that they made beneath your feet. You feel the dozens upon dozens of them start crawling onto your body. They have it's like a cool sort of sensation, almost as if a rock is like touching you and everything, but you feel like this very uncomfortable sort of like sliminess from their legs and everything, kind of like dripping off of their legs as they crawl all over your body and stuff. So you are currently just being swarmed by this bug swarm. And I will see, let me see. They're currently sharing the same space as you.
We're sharing the same space?
Yeah, you are sharing the same space right now.
Okay.
So when they move into a larger creature space, it starts its turn there. Okay, yeah. So when this specific swarm moves into a smaller, larger creature space. Never mind. So you're medium size. Forget that. Sorry, wait. This is the first time I'm using the stat block. So I get this wrong. So smaller, larger creature space. This is when it triggers. So yeah, it's gonna choose to. This swarm is gonna choose to infest you. So I'll roll a 1d4 real quick, and that will determine the number of creatures that are currently infesting you as they're crawling all over your body. You roll 1d4.
Who rolls it?
The bugs are rolling 1d4. This is a feature for this bug swarm called infestation. So when they share a creature space, they can choose to infest a creature. It's kind of like simulating them crawling underneath your clothes and all that, and like crawling all over your body.
Oh, ew.
Almost kind of
Only
like
one creature can do that, and that's Sky.
Yeah, picture the scene of if you guys have seen that, I think it's Mummy, when there was a dude that got trapped in like a cavern with all the scarabs and stuff, and they started crawling all over his body.
Oh my god, that scene creeped me out.
Yeah, no, this is that exact same scenario.
Gabriela gets to be creeped out.
So you do feel them crawling underneath your shirt and everything. Is like two of them find their way. So that is 1d4. Two. All right. So yeah, they are just gonna make. Oh, they can't make an attack because they use their action to burrow. So that is the end of their turn. They are currently infesting your space right now. Azumi, it's your turn. You heard a little bit of some sort of sound of like rocks giving way, in the darkness where Gabriela ran off to.
This sucks because I don't think I can actually do anything with them burrowed. Izumi, after calling out above Uzi, is gonna move here more to get the light forward, and just in range to see them. Are these guys also fully burrowed right now?
Gabriela is currently, it's kind of like a pit trap sort of scenario. So you see a hole, it goes 5 feet down. So you'd have to like walk up to it to like see directly down to the bottom of it. But you do hear Gabriela's voices. I don't know if she's like grunting or anything like that, but you hear the massive sounds like shittering in like low pitched squealing as you're like, some disturbance under in the pit in the ground.
Well, you know what? I don't appreciate this much, so I'm doing two things. First, I am blinking to right. Oh, you know what? Because they are not directly looking at me, I am bonus action stealthing now.
Okay.
That's just +6. Yeah, well, we're about to test their perception. And then she is going to blink to here, and she is going to try to attack him.
Yeah, you should be able to. It's a 5 foot pit goes 5 feet down, so that's within touch range. Yeah. What is their perception?
What you have dropped the pebble? No, cause it's the man. It's fine. Yeah, it's fine. Oh,
shit. They get a they fell. They get a -1, so they do not. They're currently occupied with trying to eat Gabriela.
Oh yeah, I forgot. As part of my stealth actions, I can activate the silver, the cloak. Yeah, but it's fine. Actually, it works out. I don't need it here. So yeah, then I am going to attack. So attack 1. That is a crit.
All right.
That is a crit. All right.
Crit and then that one is crazy.
2d8. So plus
is that 2
3,
separate attacks, or that's with advantage? Yeah, you're right.
That's one attack. Yeah, and then this turns into 48 plus 2d8 because that does not. And for a reminder for anyone watching, it was determined that lethal attacks do not gain the benefits of a crit, which I fully agree with. 24 slashing.
All right. Sorry, let me go use the bathroom real quick, and then we'll resolve the rest of this.
All right. And just for a time reminder, we've been going for about 2 hours and 47 minutes now.
Only 2 hours?
Well, 2.5 or 2 hours 47 minutes in, so about 3.
What longer than that?
It has felt longer than that, truthfully, yeah. I don't know what it is. Yeah, today feels like it should be longer than it is.
Right, because I'm stressing because my mom's coming home today and I don't know when.
Oh, that's understandable.
All right, I'm back.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
I'm trying to read because there's a special effect when they're surrounding a creature and stuff. All right, so I'm just trying to make sure.
Will I
All
get
right,
any
so
debuffs?
that depends on how you look at it. So, Gabriela, you will be taking half the damage along with the swarm. So it will be 12 and 12. Essentially 12 damage to the swarm and 12 damage to Gabriela. As Azuma, you go to slash at these bugs over top of her, but as you go to slash, the target you were slashing at crawls underneath your clothes or crawls underneath your body. And you're like, in the mid swing, you're like, okay, I'll relocate to something else. So even though you do find purchase and is a very well executed slash, the constantly shifting targets, like nothing is in the same place as it was before. So it's hard to swing with precision and not hit Gabriela, who is currently surrounded by these bugs. But it does remove. It does remove. So you're not currently infested right now, Gabriela, and that is good for the start of your turn. So yeah, you take 12 slashing damage.
Yeah, how'd you hurt?
Yeah, so I would like to say two things about this moment. First, Izumi again, almost uncharacteristically anger as seeing the bug swarm like crawl around her, but as soon as she realizes that she very much hit Gabriela in the process of this attack, like it is so clear on her face of just like the shock of I didn't mean to do that. Yeah, that is that is my turn.
Yep. Oh yeah, I did forget to. This will be relevant for the next turn. Let me roll a d6 to see if this one near Uzi gets its vibration ability back. So that is the end of
It's
Azuma's
back. I
turn.
didn't use it.
Hmm.
The one near Uzi never used it.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, I'm sure. I was thinking about the one that was the two that were near Gabriela. I bet.
No, because those two were two separate ones.
Yeah, you're right.
Much. I'm sorry, Uzi.
Mitsu.
No, that's fine.
It is Mitsu's turn.
Uzu?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm a little bit out of place, but it's all good. The various guards, you see the villagers are all kind of like looking helplessly at the guards, who tell them, "We need the extract, otherwise business is gonna go bad. So let's find this El Kira person." And they will move forward just using their movement. You can tell they talk a big talk, but they only step about like 20 feet up to here, so they're just barely near you, Uzi. But you can see they don't want to venture any further. Willem will kind of like shaking in place, kind of holding his club in his hand, will move reluctantly 30 feet forwards, and Mitsu as well will kind of pat the wounded man's head a little bit to make sure he's okay, and then we'll move down. That'll be 30 feet. He'll use his action to dash, actually, as he kind of runs over.
Action punch.
He looks at you and he sees like the burrowing into the ceiling and stuff like that, and asks, "What do you think I should do, man?"
I really wanted to punch it, but I think that would have terrible consequences.
Let's not have the burly man punch the roof and make us collapse.
I can move the wall out of the way so you can see it.
You can?
I mean, like,
Tell him to elaborate.
Sorry, that was a stupid question. Do that.
you tell him to do it.
Yeah.
All right, bet. He winds up his fist behind his head. Oh wait, he doesn't have it. He only has his bonus action available. Never mind. So you see, he winds up his fist, and is going to get ready to punch it on his next turn. But he did use his action to dash. Well, that's a little bit too loud. Hold up. 2, 2, 2. Yeah, I had forgotten to use his action to dash. But that is going to be the turn for you guys' help. He is going to be punching the wall or the ceiling whenever he gets the chance, though. Gabriela, that is your turn. You are currently being swarmed by this mass amount of bugs that are around you.
Is it possible to leave the swarm?
Yeah, you can leave the space. It's a 5 foot crawl space. I mean, so it would be you're prone, so that'll be half your movement to get up and then crawl out.
That's not a problem.
Didn't you say Gabrielo's no longer swarmed because of the hit, or?
She's not infested. So essentially, what the infestation is that's why I rolled a d4. That determines the number of them that are infesting. So you take a certain amount of damage depending on how many bugs are infesting you at the start of your turn. But you, every point of damage that's taken from a person that's currently infested removes, an equal amount of infested creatures. So you slashing still did help with that. You can do your thing, Gabriela. I'm just sorting through stuff.
Gabriella, after she crawls out, she's gonna start stomping on the fucking things with pure anger.
Well, they're in the pit, so it's like, are you stomping them as you get up? Because it's half your movement to get up from being prone, and then, do you have a climbing speed?
No, because I don't have that feature today.
Okay, so it's however much half your movement is, and then if you're climbing out, that will be 10 feet, since it will be difficult terrain to climb up.
I will add, you can also just spend 1 chakra to activate the thing to walk on walls, unless that's something we do not have currently.
Oh no, you have it. It's still half movement speed for climbing up or like walking up walls and stuff like that as well.
Because it's kind of this difficult terrain.
Yeah. I was only saying that for calculation purposes because I know Gabriela.
I'm going to stomp on them before I walk out.
Okay. Go ahead and make your attack roll.
25 out of pure anger.
25 hits.
I'm gonna roll for my light action, light trait of my weapon.
Mm-hmm.
Not 2, 1. 20 plus 9. Another 25. Clearly, I want to hit these creatures.
Yeah, no, this is insane.
I'll just use my bonus action also before I move.
Okay.
What's the damage?
16.
All 3 of those attacks hit. And I'm assuming you're not being stealthy with these at all.
No. Not at all. 24 points of damage.
24. Jeez. Two. So you have significantly dwindled the numbers for this. Is it at half health? That is the question. Let's see if I can tell. Oh wait,
Hey,
yeah.
you did the amount of damage I would have done.
Yeah, so they're just barely before being bloodied. So they're not at half HP yet exactly, but they're very close to it. As you see that you crush a large amount of them as you just release like a series of stomps.
And I'm going to crawl out after.
All right, so that's an additional 10 feet of movement to climb out.
And that's it.
All right. I feel like we're in round 3. I should have been counting, but yeah, Uzi, it is your turn right now.
Yeah. me see. Since it worked so effectively last time, I'm gonna cast Fracture again on the one right in front of me.
All right.
Let's see if it works a second time.
Well, it is currently burrowed into the wall. So do you want to hold your action for
Ah.
Mitsu to like break
Yeah.
the? Yeah.
I'll then have let me make sure that he has. Yeah, I'm gonna give Johnny a movement.
Mm-hmm.
So it would be 5, and then I assume it's double movement to move through creatures.
Yeah. It's difficult terrain to move through creatures. Yeah.
So like this, and then like this, so he can get over here. Have him on the other side here. With his action, I'm going to cast. Check the range on that. That's touch. Shit.
If it helps, you can cast through puppet.
Yeah, no, that's kind of the point. Touch doesn't really help me here. So I will have Johnny shoot his bow targeting the bug swarm.
They are currently in the pit right now. I feel bad because I don't want to stifle what you want to do on your turn.
Okay, I had my turn.
All right, but you do have your action ready. So
yeah.
No.
you have your action ready to fracture whenever you wish, which is probably going to come up here because I'm going to ask for another dexterity save as you see some more rumbling into the ceiling and stuff.
15. Will of Fire.
All right.
I'm gonna add +5 to that.
So that does succeed. So you don't take any damage as more rocks kind of peel out. I'll say with you being at the ready to do this, make me a perception check. I'll see if you can see it kind of skittering in the paved out sections of the ceiling.
Net 20.
So you see it.
You do not understand the things I perceive.
As you what's it called? As you see the ceiling kind of cave out, like small part of it cave out over top of you, and you roll out of the way, you're able to see just the back half of its body as it's trying to burrow back into the thick dirt. But that would activate your fracture if you want to use that as your reaction.
Yeah, that's a charisma save.
A charisma save, right? I don't know why I'm waiting for you to do something like it's not me. Charisma. I don't think though. A 12 does not succeed your save DC.
Nope. 22. That's even better than last time.
Describe how you blow up this bug.
I really hated that bug.
It went to the wall, it annoyed me, it's gone. 4, 5, 6, 7. As his eyes keep shifting, he finally feels like the shell shock has calmed down. And he in the moment where rocks fall, his eyes just instantly dart to where he sees the bug. As his hand instinctively just goes up and attaches like a large shield to the backside of it as it tries to escape. Just instantly blowing it up.
All right.
Wait, since
Target
I don't know like where particularly, but does that mean that the blood gets on his clothes?
100%. Yeah, no, it's getting everywhere.
A leg twitching on his shoulder.
Shit! Just like fractures his own shoulder. Shit!
Yeah, as you blow it up at the end of your turn, you see Mitsu who had his hand like winded up to get ready to punch the ceiling away to let you do that. He's like, "Oh, I didn't know I could do that." He kind of looks at his hand as if he has some sort of newfound power he hasn't recognized. Fuck yeah, dude. But yeah, it's the strange bug's turn. So
Target me, you bug swarm.
the bugs are going to. You hear that chittering. You hear them chittering at the bottom of this pit, and you see, yeah, both Azumi has chakra sight and Gabriela has a dark vision. So you see it uses its action to dash as you see lumps kind of like form on the surface of the ground as they appear to be like kind of like trying to get away.
Oh no, they're not.
Opportunity attacks?
Well, it is at the bottom of the pit, so it's not like within anybody's reach, I don't think. Unless, let me think. Gabriela, you can make an opportunity attack because you're standing right next to the pit.
Oh, absolutely, gladly too.
Oh wait, actually no, both of you will be able to make opportunity attacks now. I think about it
I
because
was
it's right
able
next
to
to.
attack them.
Yeah, I only got confused with that because I moved it on the map. But yeah, that's
Oh,
opportunity.
fair enough.
That
Yeah.
was almost a crit, but 27 hits on guarantee.
No, I'm assuming a 9. Actually, it's a swarm, so maybe, but 9 to hit.
No, a 9 doesn't hit. This one is their it's a rough sort of exterior that they have for their exoskeleton.
Valid.
That is
8 points of damage.
8 points of damage. All right. You smash 2 more of them, or you smash 1 more of these bugs as you kind of graze another one, and it kind of like falls on its side before it skitters back up to burrow into the dirt. They are definitely bloodied by now. I'll say that mechanically, as you notice that the number of them have dwindled a large amount, but it does use its action to crawl away.
Think you can run from the great Gabriel.
Yeah, I guess I won't put it on GM layer because you know exactly where the lump is. So yeah, that's fine.
Can I ask how much movement it has?
It moved 30 feet, so you can tell it was like hauling ass. So that would be you would guess that's mechanically its walking speed is 15 feet.
Then he should be 1 back.
Hmm?
He should be 1 back if he moved 30.
Let me see.
Yeah, no, my reach is in question if he's that far. That's...
No, the positioning was weird for me because I didn't want to. I didn't want Gabriela and the token to actually take up the same space as the token, so that's why it messed up the positioning for me because I had it off to the side.
Fair enough. I just assumed where here was the pit itself.
All right. Let me roll something real quick because it has been fairly loud for the last round.
Girl went from a sad person to a pissed off person real quick.
That's either really good or really bad for us, and I do not know which.
All right, so that is the end of the strange bug's turn. Next up is you, Azumi.
Yes. At first, once more, bonus action stealth. I don't think I'll need to, but as a part of that, I'll spend a charge from me Silver Clock. And that is just this, so is it just a 1d4 bonus? 1d4 plus 1? Yeah. Ooh, a dirty 20. So, Zumi's gonna go here. Oh, hey guy. So 10. So 15. And then Azumi, she did drop the rock where she was standing, I will say.
Okay.
Seeing that this is a deeper part of the cave, and she is going to blink to here purely for the flavor of it, and I am gonna stealth attack.
It is currently underneath the ground right now, we'll say. Unless you have some sort of way to excavate the area. I'll probably say it's an athletics check. You can use an action to make an athletics check, guys, to burrow away 5 feet of the area. I'll say because you are, shinobi, so you're strong.
Do I have a way?
I bet you these bugs have tremor sense.
Well, you know what? Instead of blinking here, does this have the... It does have the unaware keyword, so I can use it in stealth. As my action, I am going to, because I have chakra sight, so I can still do this. So I am going to spend 5 chakra. They need to make me a wisdom. Yeah, a wisdom saving throw, as I'm using command on them, and the command is return.
Okay. Usually it requires line of sight, but I'll say because of your chakra sight can it burrow?
That is purely the only reason why I am saying this, because otherwise I do not think it would be able to work.
It's definitely not more than 5 feet. It wouldn't count as anything more than 5 feet into the earth and stuff. So let me see how far your chakra sight burrows into, because I know some of them don't like peer through walls or stuff like that.
Because this is the Sharingan's thing.
Let me see.
Where is it?
Sharingan. Mm. 30 feet of chakra sight.
I always assumed that chakra sight can see through 5 feet.
I think that's fair.
That's what the Byakugan does, and then
I
they
think
have
that's
special
fair.
stuff to enhance it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's always been the way I treated it, but
I think 5 feet makes sense. That's why I say I don't think it would be anything further than 5 feet, considering how much movement it had left. So yeah, I'll let it have.
I agree.
I'll let it have. So it will make a wisdom save here.
Yes. Return to the pit.
Return to your doom.
That one is insane.
Yes.
I keep revealing the name for this stuff. I didn't mean to do that.
I didn't see the name one time.
No, it was a wisdom save. I didn't see the name.
But they got it. They got a nat 1. So
yeah. So yeah.
Or -1.
So yeah, then Izumi will whisper to Gabriela. They should return momentarily. Be ready. As Izumi is going to stay hidden in the shadows. And that is my turn.
all right. Azumi, as you get closer to the part where the cavern started to curve off to the left, you see a little bit of like a dim glow as you see a lone cracked sort of gas lamp that is still barely even lit, as it kind of hangs above one of the where it hangs from one of the supports that keeps the cavern from not.
I'm sorry to do this, but I gotta go.
Okay.
Let's. We can go finish what everyone else is doing up to Gabriela, and we can end there for.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do.
That sounds. Yeah, that sounds fun. I'm feeling uncaffeinated.
You're all good. But yeah, so going into the end of your turn, Azumi, you hear a low chittering sound, sounding like from a creature that's a lot bigger than these types of creatures. It's a similar sort of like chittering, like high pitched squealing sound, but it has a little bit of a low sort of like hum to it and everything, as if it's like a bigger type of creature. But you hear that off in the distance, extends out into the darkness. It is Mitsu.
And the thug's turn. Let's go.
Let me see. Mitsu is gonna pick you up by the scruff of your neck, Uzi, and take you with him.
Oh shit!
You see his massive. You see his massive hand is like way bigger than your neck as he just grabs your cloak about like the scruff of your neck and everything and drags you along with him. His movement isn't impeded by by you specifically, considering that he's a fairly large dude.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna move 30 feet down.
Oh my! What the fuck? What happened to his movement?
What do you mean?
It looked like it went through the wall.
Oh, I don't know. That's weird. Yeah, but he moved 30 feet down. He just dragged you along with him, told you to come on, and I don't really think he's gonna do anything else. I guess he probably would have been able to at least understand that you're. Would you, Zumi, have communicated that the bugs are gonna like appear back in like the pit?
She informed Gabriela, so Gabriela would be the one to inform others.
Okay, I'll just say he uses his action to get the help action to Gabriela and everything, as he says he's excited to see what these bugs look like more up close.
Oh yeah, because he's only seen the two.
But yeah, I will probably end it right there before we get into any further stuff.
I'm sorry. For these bugs, all I can think of is, you think you are the darkness. I was born in it.
You merely adopted the darkness.
Yes,
I was
thank
born
you.
in it,
Yeah.
molded by it.
But I hope you guys enjoyed the session. How do you do that laugh, by the way? Okay, no, that's besides the point. I hope you guys enjoyed the session. Like, comment, subscribe if you want more content from this. And the next episode of Destin will be out very shortly. Peace out.